You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live in no time. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
Holla, holla to P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. How about Mr. President? He's not kidding, folks.
Man, I don't know nothing about Pat O'Brien's still trying so desperately hard to fit in.
I think so, yeah.
With some crowd.
Somewhere.
He doesn't even know where he wants to fit in anymore, just somewhere.
Yes.
It's a damn shame.
Holla, holla to P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. How about Mr. President? He's not kidding, folks.
I don't know nothing about politics, so that's why I may make the perfect president.
What was that? Can we hear that again?
I may make the perfect president.
I thought Diddy said something about running for president.
Look out for me like in 2010 or something like.
Could Puffy really?
All right, that'd be nice because there's going to be no election in 2010.
Good.
You check the local calendar.
Right.
It's 2004, 2008, then 2012. You might make a big splash in 2010 running for president, but no one's in danger if they're concerned of having you as their commander-in-chief.
Right.
He could win, though, with nobody running against him.
Right. Unopposed. And no election.
Right.
He may win with people running against him.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Now, by the way, before I forget, did you take my instant message advice last night?
I did not.
Okay, good. It's a bad move by me.
I was out of money anyway.
That's good.
Oh, jeez.
Your funds are down to zero?
My V-chips are officially gone. It's a final.
5 minutes before the Seattle Sonic Orlando Magic game started, I emailed Scott saying take the Sonics -5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Turned out to be a horrible bit of advice.
Right.
See, basketball games are so freaking random. It's a bad move betting basketball at all, Hotshot. I know you need a little entertainment value in your nightly festivities, and if you're doing it for that reason, that's fine. But if you're doing it to make money, basketball is just, I mean, you're telling me Orlando is 20 points better than the Sonics this year? I don't think so. I don't. Football is a different thing. Usually the better team wins. It's only a 16-game season. The randomness is not there. It's a more truer contest.
It's usually close to the spread in football, too.
That's right. Basketball is just a crapshoot. You don't know what you're going to get on a given night.
Yeah.
Throw a dart at a dartboard, hope you hit the bullseye.
Which adds to the excitement.
Yeah!
That's what I was going to say. Isn't that what the whole gambling thing's all
Yeah,
about?
it's impossible to pick NBA games.
So,
Every shot counts.
jeez.
I don't know. So I'm sorry about that.
So I'm officially out.
You're out.
Yes,
You're done?
Done.
Zero in the
Lost it
bank
all
account?
yesterday, yep.
You'll put another 100 in, you'll win your first game, and you'll be back and better than ever.
Back with
Okay.
vengeance.
Right?
You've convinced him.
What about your roommate? Is he done too?
No, he's got funds.
Really?
He's got V-chips.
They don't have your credit card number on file. You
See,
can't
that's-
just say add more.
That's why you're willing to bet so much, because you're not betting money. You're betting V-chips.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Who
can
needs
you,
a V-chip?
can
You go into a store, you can't buy a piece of broccoli with a V-chip.
Right.
You might as well get rid of those.
If you try to cash out, you're never going to get your money anyway. So you may as well just bet it.
Do you know where your site of choice that you do your gambling on is based out of?
I think it's the Caribbean.
oh, my
Oh, that's
gosh.
That's where it has to be. It can't be like in the United States, or there are some popping up that are in the U.S., but most of them are either Europe or the Caribbean or some little island somewhere. Because that makes it legal.
Where you have to travel to get your money when you cash out?
Well, they'll wire it unless you win a lot of money.
Right.
Then you have to fight for it. Yeah. Have you ever gotten money wired into your bank account? You never win.
I have never won.
Wow.
I've won, but I've never cashed out.
And Hotshot knows his sports.
Sure, he does.
He's not a guy who doesn't know his sports. Like he's worked for a sports station in his life. Can't get more geeky than hanging around those dudes.
Right.
So he knows the ins and outs. He knows the players on every team.
Yeah.
And that he can't win.
Well, we know that about the whole football thing with him and Steven.
If he stuck to football, though, just on weekend-type betting, you'd be a winner.
Can't do it.
Winner! But last night, he instant messaged me before I instant messaged him the slew of games that he had going last night. He had the Lakers plus whatever. What was
Bad
it?
one. Plus 9.5.
Plus 9.5 against Dallas. They lost by about 40.
Really? The Lakers aren't doing so hot, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That was a sucker bet, but I fell into that one, no doubt about it.
Right.
Jeez, you guys.
Dallas Mavericks are hot.
Are they?
Like 11-0.
Wow.
Undefeated. Can't get out of the net, huh?
When 20 pays like 180, how do you turn that down?
See, he goes for the big score.
Right.
He keeps making these parlays that are big odd parlays. I'm sure this is very interesting to you, Terry.
Well, it kind of is,
all
though,
right.
you know.
And he hopes to win the big allotment of cash.
Right.
When typically, in order to really win, you got to grind it out. He doesn't want to do that. He thinks, well, it's only $20 and I can win $180 if I win this bet, so why not do it? But then $20 adds up upon $20 upon $20. Before you know, you've lost a couple of hundred.
Yep, sure does.
No
You
V-chips.
figure every night there's always going to be a big underdog that's going to win. You just got to pick the right one.
And you just never have it.
I never have.
I see.
Last night I should have picked the Heat. They were like plus 500.
Right.
Plus 500.
They beat the Bucks.
Is that right?
Didn't take them.
Okay.
Took the Bulls in Cleveland, though.
That stinks.
Yeah.
That's why we're 0.
Okay. Where are we in the world, Terry? What's
Well,
going on?
let's get back to the normal
All right.
world
Yeah,
here.
so that means don't get
Back
into the
to
Michael
reality.
Jackson story yet. I'm not ready to delve into that one.
Okay, I
All right.
won't. I'm going to tell you about Angelina Jolie really quick, about how British tabloids are saying that she is back together with her first husband, who was a British actor by the name of Johnny Lee Miller.
Now, you prepared, Terry, to crown a Bitchler once and for all later on this morning?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to do that?
I think so.
That means the process of finding the Bitchler will be over.
I know.
And the process of finding the quality guys to throw in front of the Bitchler will begin. That's when Terry starts dressing up for work.
You know it.
Yeah!
The Bitchler. Starring The Bitchler.
Not always, or it's certainly not often, that Terry Free gets to see dudes in the studio.
Yeah.
Usually around this time of year, for whatever reason, we start feeling sorry for you. It's the giving season.
Yes.
And we find a way to bring guys down to the studio for you, Terry.
For that himbo fiesta.
I've seen some of these emails. Women nominating, guys nominating themselves, pictures being attached, and I think of you, Terry.
Do you?
I think of you, but then I think, well, she's engaged, and there's nothing she can do about it now. But a lot of guys that I would deem as your type, kind of guys who look like they would screw you, knock you up, and then abandon you. Because they can.
Perfect.
Yes.
Just my type.
Guys who could pull that off. Now, in order to pull that off, you got to be a good-looking guy, right?
Sure.
All right. Well, we're getting a lot of emails from those guys, I believe.
Oh, man. Can't wait to start meeting them. And yes, even though I am engaged, doesn't mean it's human nature
geez.
just to kind of look and say,
and
he's
then
attractive.
there are guys who look like they'll screw you, knock you up, and then ask you to marry them.
Yes, really.
But I think I lost that email.
Yeah, we don't want those guys.
No, there's a whole slew of different types.
Sure.
And we'll begin the process of meeting some of those guys as soon as we crown, as I said, once and for all, a Bitchler
Yay.
later on.
Can't wait.
Now, what were you saying about Angelina Jolie?
She's back together with her very first husband, Johnny Lee Miller, who is a British
jeez.
actor. So
Talk about coming full circle.
they were seen at a London hotel recently, canoodling and all that good stuff.
Canoodling.
Yeah. Also, too, I got some news about Tara Reid. She supposedly, the Las Vegas Sun reports that she was partying in Vegas recently.
I lived in Las Vegas, Terry.
I
and
know
that
that.
Las Vegas Sun is a highly reputable newspaper.
Well, there you go.
Not really.
Okay. According to them, she disappeared into the men's room with several members of NSYNC.
Several. One's not enough to keep her attention.
Right.
She needs to be stimulated by several members of NSYNC. They travel in a pack. Why not use them all?
Well, she, word has it that she is dating JC of NSYNC, but
Because one band member only has 2 fists, Terry. She needs more than that.
great.
Right.
Give her a few drinks and a fist.
Now, don't get the idea like the Las Vegas Sun is some tabloid. No, it's their local newspaper of choice there in Las Vegas. So if they're reporting it, well, then she did skip into the bathroom
She went skipping.
with 3 or 4 NSYNC members. Mm-hmm. If only that guy had gone to the moon. Would have been less of a battle between the other NSYNC members.
Right. Also.
So are they suggesting, I think, the allegation, or they're alluding to the fact that these NSYNC members were, like, running a train on her, or what?
Well, however you want to take the fact.
That's how I take it.
All right.
That's exactly how I want it.
That's what
there
I'm
you
visualizing. Is Tara Reid freaky like that?
Well, we've heard a lot of.
I think she drinks a lot.
Yeah, she's
Really?
a big old.
And any
crazy
woman that
drunk.
drinks
Doesn't hurt your cause.
is capable of anything? Is that what we're suggesting?
Yes. Sure
Any
doesn't hurt.
woman who drinks heavily. If you drink heavily,
That'll be a new one.
and if you drink heavily and you have a VJ, well, that, in our estimation, makes you capable of anything. Nothing is off limits. You disagree? Call now.
You and NSYNC in the bathroom.
1-866-663-T-Man. Now, one might argue, hey, you don't have to be drunk to go into the bathroom with all the NSYNC dudes.
Right. You don't have
And
to
some
be.
may argue, yes, you do.
Could have been just, getting an autograph or asking some advice on how to bet on something.
Are you going to fight with us on that point, Terry? That,
Yes.
I haven't made the point yet. Well, I guess I have.
Yeah, you
But I
did.
was going to reiterate it for make sure you were clear on it, because there are a lot of times you're not clear on anything.
No, I do.
Is a woman that drinks heavily, a woman that drinks heavily, is she capable of just about anything? I'm talking about heavily, Terry.
Heavily? Well, no, she's not capable of just about anything. I think that.
Well, that's where we disagree.
Oh yeah, I
say,
know. So why
Yes, she is. And you say, no, she isn't.
So where's the burning bush?
Still here, Terry.
Good.
Yes. I don't think overnight it changed to you. Imagine if Terry Free one day woke up and she realized she was the burning bush. Imagine all that responsibility she would have that comes along with that. Could you handle that, Terry?
I don't know.
Oh, look where the first calls that want to argue this point are coming from. Yakima. I don't think you really want to be calling the phone line to argue that a woman who drinks heavily isn't capable of anything if you're waking up in Yakima this morning.
Oh, now.
Unless, of course, she agrees. You're on the air.
Hi.
Yes.
I think it's true.
Well, then your call would be very credible, of course, because you are calling from Yakima, yes?
Yeah.
I see.
They know from heavy drinking, right?
Do you drink heavily there?
Yes, at times.
You ever sleep in a van with old man Jim?
No.
Well, you're capable of doing that, though.
Not with an old man.
Okay. But you drink heavily.
Yeah.
What is your drink of choice, love?
Jose Cuervo.
Huh?
Jose Cuervo.
Oh, she's got a little, you hear the little accent in her?
Yes.
Wow.
That
Yes.
tequila.
Yes, tequila.
You were born with a silver shot in your mouth, weren't you? Well, good for you. Thanks for the call.
Thanks. Bye.
So nobody's going to argue it then, I guess. A woman who drinks heavily is capable of anything. Because all the calls are from Yakima, and they all agree.
Well, you took one call.
They all agree, Terry, all the ones that are waiting. I want a dissenting opinion.
Well,
Can't argue it, can you? You have no point to make.
it's always me against you, I swear. You and the burning bush. So what difference does it make if I try and argue? I mean, because when I give you a good point, still the burning bush is spoken.
Absolutely incorrect. If you made a valid point and I saw that I was mistaken, I would be the first to stand up and be accountable for my error in judgment. That day has never come.
Right, I understand
But if it does, I'll be the first to recognize that. And I resent the fact that you don't see that as a possibility. You don't see that as part of me.
Well, after 7 years, she's not seen it go the other way.
And I'm being facetious when I say that there have been times where I have mentioned that I'm sorry, I'm wrong. We have no tape of that, of course.
Of course
All been
not.
destroyed with the Watergate stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if it happens, I admit it. Prove to me. Give me some valid point that a woman who drinks heavily isn't capable of anything.
I really think that women, when they get so intoxicated, if they're still, and I believe they can actually say, I know I'm way too intoxicated.
Right.
I'm out of here. Somebody take me home.
So their better judgment, even though they are without their faculties, still win out in the end.
Yes. I think that they know that, what, I am so tore up. I need to go home. And, before.
Sleep it off.
Yeah.
By myself.
Before something happens that I regret or,
Okay.
So.
That's a good point, Terry.
Is the torch being handed?
Yes. No, come
Not
on.
really.
The T-Man.
Don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever.
Seattle, Tacoma.
You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live soon. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
Going once, going twice, not quite sold yet. But bids for the boyhood home of rapper Eminem are now above $1 million. That's 10 times the appraisal.
Right.
One real estate developer questions the authenticity of the bids, but figures at least one must be legitimate. The auction will close December 4th.
You can sell a house on eBay,
Yes, you can.
and they're doing that with the Eminem house from the old neighborhood in Detroit.
Yes.
A house that is worth approximately $100,000 is over $1 million.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense. Somebody wants to own that house. It's that simple.
In this market, though.
About 2 years from now, it'll be worth $100,000 again. But right now, it's worth $1 million.
Right.
That's the going rate. It's the house. They pretty much gave you an exact replica in the movie 8 Mile, right? That's pretty much what it looks like.
Right. Right. Not real big. I think it's like 1,500 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
3 bedrooms in a just over 1,000 square foot home is tight quarters for 3 bedrooms. Those bedrooms are pretty close together. But that's all right.
Hey.
But if you're going to spend $1 million, you may want to spend it a little bit more practically, unless you have money to burn.
Somebody's going to put it in their backyard.
Hotshot has always said he wants to own the house that Kurt Cobain killed himself in. I don't know why. Some people are just like that.
Right.
You would want to live there.
Yeah,
You
sure.
don't feel like those houses can be haunted or stuff like that?
No, I have bad dreams every night anyway.
All right.
So what's the difference?
You're ahead of the game.
You know, yeah, like the Michael Myers house from Halloween.
Yep.
That's still available.
It's for sale.
Well, it's still around. I don't know if it's for sale, but
So you would like to get some investors together?
yeah, that's what it would take.
Yeah, some venture capitalists.
You know where something interesting happened?
I understand. Let's just put Kilbreath's house up on eBay
Let's see how much we get for it.
without his knowledge.
Just to see.
Next thing you know, he's got people knocking on the door. I heard.
Didn't we once put something of Kilbreath's on eBay and it got like nothing?
No, that was gay phone
That
operator's
was?
hair, yeah.
I think that actually did go for more than it was. Well, what is a lock of his hair worth?
The estimated value, I think, was $2,000.
Speaking of eBay and the internet, what is the latest vote tally? What, do you have a fear of being ignored, Stephen? You have to make a big deal out of the fact that I just glossed over what you said? Just let it go, please.
I'm letting it go.
Is that possible?
Sure.
All right. Jimmy Fred!
Yes, T-Man.
What is the latest vote tally? What are the percentage breakdowns? From what I understand, it's been very close throughout late yesterday and pretty much all through the night.
It is unbelievably close. In fourth place is Megan with 7% of the votes. In third place is Amber with 30% of the votes. In second place is Star with 31% of the votes. And leading is Constance with 32% of the votes.
Couldn't get more tension-filled with how close this is to her. I understand Star late yesterday called you and asked a question. What was her exact words? I heard through Hotshot that she was a little bit annoyed with the voting process or something along those lines. What was it?
Hi, Jimmy. I'm not calling to complain.
Oh, you're like imitating her right now?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're thinking.
So, do you feel like a little cute Asian girl when you do this?
Actually, she didn't even say hello. The first time I said hello, she goes, I'm not calling to complain.
Right. But let me complain.
Yes, she goes, but the numbers have been stuck on Constance 33% and me 31% for hours now. And I tried to explain to her that there's
All right, this is you outside of the imitation now. You're done with the imitation?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm confused differentiating between you and Star right now.
You got to let us know.
Right.
She calls and complains to me a lot, so
Okay.
I'm used to dealing with this.
So then you respond by saying what?
There's thousands of votes, and it takes a lot of votes to sway it when it gets this far into the contest.
Once you get a little bit along the path of the voting process, the votes don't swing that much because, yes, as Jimmy Fred rightfully pointed out, it takes hold a little bit more. How many votes? Does it say how many votes? Can't you go in and find specific numbers of votes for each person?
I can.
Okay, do that. How long will that take? Not long? Shouldn't take long. Because all they give on the site is the percentage breakdown of who's beating who, but we could go in and find out who has the exact number of specific votes and see how actually close this is.
Right.
How long will this take?
Less than a minute.
Okay. Then we'll just sit here and wait. As Jimmy Fred goes deep into the T-Man Show website, we'll pause for this word from Propecia. How does Jimmy Fred get his hair? From Propecia.
I wouldn't say it's working wonders, man. It's doing okay, all right?
Right.
It looks good.
Mm-hmm. You can't evaluate your own head of hair.
Why can't I? I will have it in less than 5 seconds.
Ooh. Tension is mounting.
All right, computer slow, 10 seconds. Got it.
What do you got?
I have Constance.
Yes.
With 14.
How many votes overall have come in?
4,537.
And you can't vote twice.
Right.
Okay. 4,500 and how many?
4,537.
4,537.
You can vote twice, but it won't count. It won't tabulate it.
Then you can't vote twice.
Exactly.
Okay.
But people think they're voting twice, but they're really not.
No,
because it says.
When you try to vote twice, it says, sorry, you've already voted, you can't vote again.
Oh, is that what it says?
Yes.
All right, in first place, Constance with 1,472 votes.
So this has got to be close. If there's over 4,000 votes and she's in first place with 1,000 what?
472.
1,472. Second place is Star with?
1,414.
Ooh. So do the math.
That's 58 different votes.
There's only 58 votes. What is this, a monorail vote?
I know.
50 some odd votes between Star and Constance to determine who is going to be the Bitchler, and the voting continues all through the morning.
Yes,
wow.
And Amber's not that far behind him. She has 1,342, so she's 140 behind Constance, and she's 72 behind Star.
However, at some point this morning, we are going to stop the process and knight a victor.
Uh-oh.
Whenever we feel comfortable that it is a lead that can't be surpassed, we will knight a winner.
Star will want to recount.
Yeah. So everybody get your votes in now.
I wonder if you reboot your computer, if there's some way that you can vote twice. Because if Star called in, she must have called in out of frustration, saying to herself, I keep rebooting and voting. Why isn't it changing the percentages here?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, to anyone's knowledge, if you reboot, can you vote twice? I think you might be able to.
Maybe.
But normal people don't reboot and vote twice.
Right.
Good to
It's
hard
not
boot
that
your computer
important, right?
10 times a day.
I mean,
Star could have been up all night. I'm still at 32%! Ah!
wow.
And her mom, we need the faster computer. All right, well, we'll wait and see what turn of events will come to pass this morning. Who will be the Bitchler? It is a dead tight race.
Yes, it is.
Almost a dead heat.
Yeah.
After 4,000 some odd votes, approaching 5,000 votes, only 50 votes separate the two.
Whoa.
What do you have there, Terrence?
Well, for those of you out there who are like really into your college and carry on the spirit of your college, you can now go to your grave.
See, some people are just way too into their college.
I know
agree, Terry,
that.
and I'm glad you're bringing up a story. I don't know what the story is going to be, but yes, I am not one of them.
Right.
Once I graduated college, that was pretty much the last time I thought about my college.
You don't donate money.
Right. Well, I think I did at one point because I felt I had to give something back, but not that I have any allegiance at all to my college. But some people just, wherever they go, no matter how many years removed they are from their freaking stupid college, it's all about their college.
Right. They have.
And I enjoyed my college years, believe it or not, once I got in the swing of it. like by mid-senior year.
Took a while,
but I didn't, after the fact, just dwell on college.
Well, there are those people, as you said, out there who are totally into it.
And they're sniveling people.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be a sniveling type to be walking around talking about your college 10, 15 years removed or whatever you may be.
Still wearing the class ring.
Yeah.
Well, now those people
Let me tell you right now, by the way, something about class rings.
Uh-oh.
None of them look good. I don't care what style you picked. I don't care what kind of jewel may be in your ring. It looks stupid. Take it off! No one's impressed! I went to school, look!
They're so big, too. Mafia rings.
It's just ridiculous. Put it on your pinky. You knock on a door with it while you're at it. Anyone here wearing a school ring? Okay, good. You wearing a school ring?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But do you have one?
I do not.
Oh, good. Of all
Did your
people,
school even have rings?
I don't know. Probably not. If you go for a semester, man, you don't get a ring.
Right. So what's the deal with the...
Well, they can now go to their graves surrounded by all their alma mater. There's a company called Collegiate Memorials who, does custom coffins.
Oh, so they can literally go to their grave with a decked-out coffin
all
that
in
has,
school
the
colors.
logo and the school colors. I see. That's very cute.
It's all sewn into the interior, and there you go.
I'm sure the maggots will appreciate that when they're eating away at your body.
Right. Stick to the license plate frames, all right? You don't need a coffin.
You got to reserve a coffin with the Ohio State University on it.
Make sure "the" is in big letters.
You got to reserve a coffin.
Yeah.
With Washington State University.
Yeah. UW.
But they don't want you to write Wazoo anymore.
Right.
They bury you with a dead cougar.
Oh, jeez. So this company is doing well or what?
Yeah,
is
they
it
go
brand new or?
Yeah.
Yes.
They go for about $1,400 to $2,400.
Yes.
So
chump change if you're really that filled with allegiance towards your school. Terry?
They also do urns as well. If
wow! Not like an urn with the Fighting Irish on it. Well, he's not fighting anymore. He bit the dust, and this is here to prove it. Now, what could Matthew Swaker possibly be calling to contribute about on this particular topic?
I would like to vote for Star.
You can't vote through the phone lines, although I know there are a lot of people out there who have yet to get themselves a computer where they feel comfortable, at least. I don't know if you feel comfortable doing it at work, so at home, if you don't have a computer, I'm sorry.
But also, I know how some people can vote twice.
Do you have a home computer?
It's not hooked up to the internet.
It's not hooked up to the internet, so what do you have a home computer for?
I don't know.
So you can stare at it? Yeah.
Probably to do his schoolwork, do his papers.
It's a paperweight. It only has a P1 100 megahertz processor, a 19.2 modem, and 1 gig hard drive.
You know his mom had to hear this about 100,000 times. Yeah. He's got it all down as to the non-satisfactory specifics of his computer. Matthew.
Yes.
Aren't you more concerned about the status of you and Lizzie anymore, or you're just into Star these days?
Well, I think Star's a little bit old for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we have a matchmaker thing going on in school, and I entered it.
Yes.
And I should have the results.
You feel like you're not done riding this wave of social popularity?
What wave?
The wave that allowed you and Lizzie to have a 2-week relationship. The longest relationship of your life.
Actually,
the greatest experience of your life. The phone conversations you had. Where who knows what you were doing with the free hand.
I don't get it.
All right. Matthew.
Yes.
How about I just write down your vote? Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay.
And if somebody goes into their cookies on their computer and deletes them, they can vote twice.
If you want to do that, if you want to go in and delete your cookies, then fine. You can vote as many times as you want as far as I'm concerned. I don't think the average person does that.
How about Matthew stays away from my cookies from now on?
Matthew?
Yes.
On to more important things?
Yeah?
How did you like Harry Potter?
I don't watch Harry Bladder.
Harry Bladder?
That's why I call him. Harry
Right.
Bladder.
Very creative of you there, Matthew.
Sure you don't.
What are you doing with your life now, Matthew, now that you and Lizzie aren't talking on the phone anymore?
I try to find information on the next Star Trek movie.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's coming out next.
It's hard to do that without the internet hooked up, huh?
I can go downtown and search the web for free.
Is that what you do? You sit there at a Kinko's?
Keiko.
Is that right?
I know. I go down to the library.
Okay.
Search the web for free.
I'm sure they're happy to see you on a daily basis.
Yeah.
The new movie is going to be called Nemesis.
Okay. Thank you for the info, Matthew.
We can't wait.
Matthew?
Yes.
Your vote has been written down, as I said. All right?
Bye.
Here's Matthew's vote.
There's his vote.
There it goes. In the back of the studio.
Right.
Of course, we're going to call from Matthew B. without a follow-up call from this woman.
Hello?
Yes, Lizzie?
What's up?
Do you and Matthew talk anymore?
I've been busy with my new man.
Oh, your new boyfriend. That's right. Get Matthew back on the line for me. Do you have his home number? Wait a minute. Okay. Hang on 1 second, Lizzie. Obviously, I thought Lizzie would be, even at the age that she's at, a little more mature than to throw into Matthew's face the fact that she has a new boyfriend.
Right.
But what it does is it conveys the fact that Lizzie was kind of bothered by the way Matthew just kind of dropped her.
No,
like
not
she was
really.
nothing on the side of the street.
No, I wasn't. I was kind of happy.
Well, if you were truly happy and you're cool with this new dude, what are you calling for to throw it in Matthew's face about this new guy that you're so enamored with?
He's a stud.
He's a stud. Matthew,
Yes?
her new boyfriend's a stud, and you're a loser.
She probably deserves somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. So Matthew's taking the high road.
That's nice.
And
He
talking
is.
about how you're better off with him than with him. Huh? Yeah.
Yes.
Because if you were with me, you'd probably be a social outcast.
Oh. Do you see that now, Lizzie? Are you picking up on that more and more?
Yes.
Okay. Then it all worked out for the best, huh?
Yes.
Matthew will continue on spending lots of time in his bathroom, and you'll be with the new guy.
What do you mean spending a lot of time in my bedroom?
It means choking the chicken, dummy.
Boy, Lizzie.
Hey, low, lack of knowledge, blow!
Well, it is pretty interesting how every time Matthew calls, Lizzie is right there to call.
So
too.
even though Matthew is a self-proclaimed geek, Lizzie is infatuated and doesn't feel like she got closure with Matthew because she was dumped?
Yeah.
Live on the radio?
Yeah.
So you can be dumped by a total loser, and if he'll do that, he'll have, like, you by the balls, if you will.
Well, you know.
That's a good thing to know.
T-Man, you're a dud.
Hey, don't start lashing out at me, Lizzie, because you were dumped. All right? By a loser.
Right.
That's even worse.
There's nothing worse than that, for a woman.
I may be a dud, but I've never been dumped by a loser.
Stupid.
All right, Liz, you'll get over it someday, I'm sure. Maybe when you're 40.
When she looks back.
Right. Just start stalking Matthew, believe it or not.
Well, I think she already has.
Following him to the library.
Right.
Oh, what sites was he on today? Yeah. Oh, Star Trek again? I miss that boy.
Punch holes in his tire on his bicycle.
Right.
The T-Man.
You are a son of a bitch. You know that?
You're listening to the best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live, well, sometime later. Now more of the best of T-Man.
Imitation may be the sincerest form of flattery, except when you're copying stunts depicted in the new movie Jackass.
Oh, yeah.
Police blame the #1 movie in the...
You know how hard it is for this very esteemed news reporter to have to say the word jackass?
Yes.
And know and in his mind that it's the #1 movie out there?
Right. I know.
What world am I living in? He's thinking to himself.
Exactly.
I think part of him kind of likes saying it, though.
I don't think so.
Finally gets to swear a little bit on the air.
Depicted in the new movie Jackass. Police blame the #1 movie in the nation for what security cameras caught on tape near Denver.
Right.
3 kids hot wiring golf carts for joy rides. The carts turned up miles away, many with broken axles and flat tires. Damage estimate, $10,000.
I plan to see the movie on Friday. They go crazy in golf carts in the movie. How fast can you go? I've tried to go crazy many a time during a boring afternoon of golf in a golf cart. They don't go that fast.
These ones go fast enough.
If you're going down a hill, they can get some speed.
Yeah, these things are flying around. They're smashing into things.
If you're willing to crash into ceramic waterfalls kind of things.
Exactly. When you set up ramps in the middle of golf courses, that works.
Carts turned up miles away, many with broken axles and flat tires. Damage estimate, $10,000.
Oh.
So far, no arrests.
At least they copied one of the milder stunts.
That's what I understand.
Well, I'm glad this female reporter went to go see it right away.
Actually, that's just 1/3 of the stories that I've got here because I have got 2 more incidences that are happening now.
Right.
One of them is...
Well, tell us all about the incidences.
Incidences.
Right.
Old man Jim for a minute.
Okay. For a minute.
One of them is about police stopped 5 teens, actually, for driving around shooting unsuspecting people with paintballs and filming themselves. On film.
Well, aren't you relieved if you get drive-by shot and you're like, oh, I just have to go to the dry cleaner, okay?
No, but if you've ever been shot by a paintball, they hurt and they bruise, and it's pretty scary still.
We'll have to come over to your house for a weekend, I guess. So people were alarmed and... They knew it was a Jackass-type stunt because they were videotaping it all. Was that also in the movie? I mean, I'm expecting more than golf carts and paintballs. Hotshot. Was there paintball shooting in the movie, too?
There was not.
But because they videotaped it, they felt it was a Jackass-type stunt?
Yes.
All right.
Anything kids do wrong now.
I mean, I'm not popping down $12. What is the movie now?
$9.
Yeah, but with the popcorn and the Bunch of Crunch or whatever.
$50.
Wow. The other incident was 3 teens who interrupted a Monday night showing of the movie Jackass by throwing food at other patrons, and then they went ahead and urinated on the walls of the movie theater.
Really?
Yes.
Is it that long a movie, Hotshot?
It's like an hour and 40 minutes.
Aha.
Managers had to stop the movie.
Now, if you go to see the movie Jackass, do you really mind if other moviegoers pee on the bathroom on the, the movie theater wall?
Of course.
I mean, maybe if you're there to see The English Patient back in the day, when that is a long movie, obviously more justifiable to pee on the movie theater wall. Have you ever gone to a movie that you know you have to go so bad, but you don't want to miss any of it because it's actually a decent movie, and you thought about peeing in your water bottle?
What? No.
Somebody else's popcorn. They'll never notice.
Right. Because I
golden
have.
topping.
You have.
You haven't got through with it yet, Terry, but the day will come.
Well, these guys, the managers of the theater had to stop the movie and then give out free passes to all the patrons there for another show.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He felt responsible for these teenagers doing that deal in the theater.
Yep.
So you're going to have, basically, you can make it a feature. We can have a little theme music for you. It's the Terry Free Jackass Backlash story of the day.
Right. I'm sure we'll have one a day.
Yes.
In the next little while.
You had 3 today. You had that golf cart story, which is, I mean, not the first individuals to ever go crazy on a golf course with golf carts. We used to do it all the time. Still do.
And then the paintball incident.
And the most out there one, obviously, in my opinion, is the peeing on the movie theater wall while the movie is in full swing.
Yes.
Obviously, these, I believe, would estimate, I would, that these individuals had already seen the movie. If you're seeing it for the second time, you're more likely to get up and miss a little bit, and enjoy the fun with your friends of peeing on the movie theater wall.
It is fun. Let's try it this weekend.
And people are going to see this movie over and over again.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be one of those movies. It's a little teenage cult kind of thing that me and Hotshot
we'll
be going to because we have a mentality of 9-year-olds.
So be there again this weekend.
Very true.
The T-Man.
Where do they teach you to talk like this? In some Panama City sailor want a hump bar? Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Powers to the people.
You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live in no time. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
Nearly $1 million worth of goods will go to this audience today.
You want to hear nice, Terry?
Yes.
Listen to this reaction.
Okay.
Oprah's giving away free crap!
Right on.
Terry, I'm going to play this all morning. You know why I'm going to play it all morning?
Why?
Because I thought, up till this moment, in time in my life, that women had a little bit more dignity than this. I thought that women had a little bit more couth than this display of despicable leech-like behavior on the Oprah Winfrey television program yesterday, Terry.
I know you feel it's just women, but don't you really think it's just people in general?
Men don't have the ability to have a reaction such as this.
Nearly $1 million worth of goods will go to this audience today. So
those aren't men.
There's one guy in the crowd going,
those of you who are not here and are watching us, you'll get a lot of good ideas. But right now, let's let the fun begin. My first favorite thing is hot off the pages of the...
These are a few of Oprah's favorite things.
December O-list.
It's like a whole hour's worth. I started watching this in just complete amazement, just out of sheer amazement from the very beginning. And I sat there I got through I don't get through a half hour of anything on TV these days.
Right.
But watching these women cackle and scream like banshees was extremely entertaining to me. I'm just sitting there with my mouth open like, what the hell is wrong with people?
I'm just wondering where they were putting all this stuff.
Do they have no dignity?
December O-list in O Magazine. It's this pretty silver medal watch by Chico. I wear...
It was the ugliest watch I've ever seen. But because all the audience members were getting it free, they started screaming and cackling and howling and all this stuff.
Right.
Oprah's going over. Did you watch the show yesterday, Terry? You just hearing it for the first time?
Did.
You did.
I did.
So you know Oprah was doing the little rundown of what she thinks is hot for the holidays.
Yes.
And then she gave everything she talked about, she gave to the audience members, and they were just sitting there screaming and lapping it all up.
I know.
You'd think they'd be like, oh, this is great, nice, Wimbledon type applause.
Well, that's never Wimbledon type applause at...
Fine. Well, how about a happy medium from...
Made you not want any of these products?
Made you want all the women to just die in the audience. I'm sorry. Nothing you wrote for death upon anyone, Terry, until now.
It's this pretty silver medal watch by Chico. I wear it all the time. I have a lot of watches. I have a collection of watches, but this is the watch that I wear most of the time.
Right.
I wear it with diamonds and gowns.
Oh, isn't that nice to know? We can all wear it with our diamonds. We can all relate, Oprah. Thanks a lot.
See me there in my black dress. I was just inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I'm wearing my Chico's.
Man, she's losing touch, man.
I'm the greatest person alive.
One of the greatest, most attractive things about Oprah and her personality was that you could relate. She was an every kind of woman.
She was humble to some degree.
And now she's completely doesn't care anymore. She's lost it. I was inducted into the Hall of Fame of the world, basically. She doesn't say what Hall of Fame.
It's the Oprah Hall of Fame.
Right. Here I am in a picture where I was inducted to the Hall of Fame. She's becoming very self-serving, Tay. I would never say, I don't care if I'm inducted to the Hall of Fame of the Lord.
Right.
You just don't hit people in the face with that.
Right. I know.
See me there in my black dress. I was just inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I'm wearing my Chico's watch with diamonds. And, of course, the part you all have been waiting for. Elves, bring out all of our Chico watches.
Yeah, these grown people dressed in green suits. Jeez. Men and old men and women came out dressed up as elves, and they started handing out every product you talked about for the full hour.
Right.
So they started handing out, and it did happen for the full hour, right, Stephen? You're the one who taped it.
Mm-hmm.
Did it continue on for the second half hour?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was vomiting. I was hurled over the toilet for the second half hour, so I missed pretty much the second half of the program. It just continued on like the first half of the hour, right?
Yeah, but you have to hear Oprah's little story about each product, too, beforehand.
Right.
So.
Of course! That's the fun of the program as a viewer.
Makes you never want to take anything free from anybody ever again for fear that you may act like that.
Right, exactly.
No,
I'm afraid to even hand out a bumper sticker anymore in this program.
Of course, the part you all have been waiting for. Elves, bring out all of our Chico watches.
I think any of them said, no, I don't really like the watch. You can keep it.
They're gifting it. You know that, right?
You don't really maybe get the whole scope of it. Hearing, you'd think you can get it all by hearing these women screaming like crazy women, but just seeing them jumping up and down with the boobies going booba booba booba.
That was the thrill for you, at least.
Well, no, nothing could override how pathetic this entire spectacle was, Terry. It was a spectacle, and it was pathetic. Human beings shouldn't behave like this. Oh, Mr. Elf, right here! Here! Please! These are grown women, Tay.
I know.
They look like civil individuals.
I know.
And they behaved like morons.
With that applause, you'd think Dr. Phil was there.
It was grotesque.
This next item gives me a thrill. It is so cool, so cool. It is the Panasonic, listen to this, it's a Panasonic 4-in-1 camera. This is so cool. It's the size of a credit card, as you can see. It's like a little credit card.
We understand credit cards, Oprah.
Yeah, right.
Okay? And get this, not only is it a digital camera, it is a digital video camera.
Oh, my God, yes, I need a digital camera. Thank you, Oprah. Yeah! Oh, my God, this is the greatest day of my life. The greatest day of my life.
Download music.
They're not even listening to her. They're just screaming. They're hearing about a digital camera that they know they're going to get. What if she said, well, this one I can't give you guys?
Yeah, there's only one.
Right.
So the lucky
And I
number
get it.
is...
It's an MP3 player, which means you can download music. You can plug in the headphones and jam away. The music sounds terrific. It also records audio messages and can plug into your computer to send videos and photos to friends and family.
Thank you, Oprah.
It's so cute. Okay, the 4-in-1 camera is available from Frontgate. Frontgate, and it sells for $449.
Yes! $449 of free stuff! You'd think they'd be like, oh, that's too costly for people out there. I feel bad that a lot of people won't be able to have this camera. No. Do they think that for a fleeting second? No. All these women in the audience think the higher the price, the more excited my boobs get. Yes!
Meanwhile, the homeless guy out in the alley behind her studio is looking for a bite in the dumpster.
Right. He's digging for a crumb. And these ladies who are dressed nice, these are not the most deprived ladies in the world, are screaming like banshees.
The homeless guy could have got a ticket just like anybody else.
That's right.
No, they couldn't have, because you had to be in a certain audience of Oprah's crowd. I heard her say that. I was trying to figure out, did she give this little allotment of showering of gifts to people who may not be able to afford Christmas gifts? Didn't look like it.
That was the luck of the draw, I think.
The luck of the draw. Like one show that was there earlier in the year, I think she said, got to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And one woman quit her job in Australia so she could be at the program.
Jeez.
And then she modeled Oprah's favorite pajamas.
There's other jobs.
That was the highlight of the show, with this tubby Australian woman who quit her job comes out modeling Oprah's pajamas. And everyone got a pair of the pajamas! Yeah!
You should see the show when they go to Oprah's house and they sit around in their pajamas on her bed.
Oh, I'm sorry I had to miss that, Terry.
And it sells for...
Did Oprah wear her diamonds and her Chico watch?
She always does.
Was she inducted into the Hall of Fame that night again, too?
So.
Frontgate, and it sells for $449.
Despicable.
It's hard to talk to people into giving y'all $449 worth of presents. But because we love you, you're all getting one!
And here come the elves. Oh, Mr. Elf, I need two! It is disgusting. It was a disgusting display of human emotion.
It's hard to turn away, though.
It is.
Turn away what?
Well, it was hard to turn away from watching, and I definitely was...
I eventually turned away after the initial shock for a half hour. And no shock should last a half hour, and yet it did. After it lasted for a half hour, I just was like, get me away from this thing. This is repulsive.
But your girlfriend stayed there and watched the whole thing, didn't she?
As I vomited.
Yeah.
It's the most appalling time of the year, man. Greed kicks in.
Oh, my goodness.
Terry, please find some way to change the subject. What else is going on?
Well, I was going to tell you how Dr. Phil isn't having quite the success that Oprah is.
Find
obviously.
some way to change the subject. What's happening with Dr. Phil?
Well, he's not getting
His
all the
ratings are
screaming.
down, aren't they?
Yeah, not doing well. He used to be, Mr. Hot Ticket, let's go, everybody wants to go. But now he actually has to pay people to come to his studio and sit and watch his show. $50. People get paid $50
per studio audience member to sit through a Dr. Phil program.
Yep. A whole day of taping. Sure enough.
It's like jury duty or Dr. Phil.
Here come the elves with your $50.
Oh, my gosh.
What else?
Poor
What
Dr.
else?
Phil. Also, there's a Canadian company out there that's come out with a new karaoke machine that
That's all the world needs, another karaoke machine. And Oprah's got it for everybody!
Yes.
No, this is really cool because this little machine makes your voice sound really good, regardless of how bad you sound actually with the song.
I think I actually heard someone talk about this. It will alter your voice. It will detect if your voice is no good.
Right.
And if your voice is no good, it will tweak your voice to make it good.
Right.
While still making it sound like it's your voice.
Yes.
A Canadian company has come up with an unbelievable invention to reshape the landscape of the karaoke world. And heaven knows that world needed a facelift for some time.
Oh, yeah.
If your voice is bad, it will make adjustments that are subtle enough and yet dramatic enough to make it sound great.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
On the box of this item, it should say, as heard on the Britney Spears Last World Tour.
There you go.
That is unbelievable.
Ready for Christmas.
See, I think they came up with an invention a long time ago to make people's voices sound good in the karaoke world. It's called alcohol. Isn't that enough that everyone sounds good eventually, right?
Good enough.
You hit 11:30 and beyond, and everyone sounds like they're ready for a platinum-selling album, right?
I guess.
Even the woman that I can never get out of my head, the first time I ever went to a karaoke bar in my life, it was like 10 years ago. A karaoke night. I was at Piggy's in West Hartford, Connecticut. Piggy's, Terry.
Piggy's.
And this one woman. And then every week after that, I went back for a little run. You know, you get into a little run with a bar. And she sang the same song every time.
Did it get any better?
The same way every time.
Oh,
she thought she was Olivia Newton-John, Terry. I've told you about this. I know I have. And she would sing Hopelessly Devoted to You every week. Every week, waiting for herself to be discovered. And I can still hear the sounds of her voice in my head. But now there's nowhere to hide. Since you push my love aside. How is the karaoke machine going to correct the hide stuff, Terry?
Well, it will. It'll adjust.
Is that right?
Yep. And it's pretty reasonable.
Yes.
Only like $70.
But is it going to make this karaoke machine going to make it seem like she doesn't have a mustache? When they come out with an ability to do that, then I'll go back to karaoke bars.
The T-Man.
Say good night to the bad guy.
Now more of the best of T-Man.
A phone call to 911 by a 9-year-old girl led Louisiana police to a drunk babysitter. Officers found the 40-year-old sitter slumped over the wheel of a car with 5 children inside.
Right.
The kids say they became extremely frightened when the babysitter passed out at a rest stop with a lit cigarette in her hand.
Yeah, that's always fun.
The 9-year-old asked a passerby if she could use his cell phone to call police.
It's pretty shrewd.
Yeah.
At 9, I never knew to call 911. There were a million reasons why I could have.
Right. She could use his cell phone to call police. The little girl also says this babysitter would drink and drive all the time.
Yeah.
And she made me hide this drink It was kind of like a beer kind of smell.
Yeah, and she said, hey, take this fifth of vodka and put it right up your butt. They'll never look. Here come the cops. They'll never think it's there.
It was kind of like a smell of alcohol.
Oh.
She made me hide it under my leg so the police don't catch it.
See, we weren't too far off.
Yeah, when you're 9, you're not too tall.
How many places are there under your legs, Terry?
Police say the woman's breathalyzer test came in well over the legal limit.
Oh, there you go. So it has a happy ending.
Oh, yeah, so happy.
Well, the happiness is that kids weren't hurt.
Yes, thank you.
Speaking of happy endings, we finally got Audrey, the chat line girl, to admit to us, even though I knew it and didn't need to hear it, because I assumed that she could not stay monogamous. Yes, she has this boyfriend she's enamored with. Yes, she, for the first time, is being treated decently by a guy in some time, but she now is willing to come on and admit that she couldn't go cold turkey with having sex with other guys and be faithful and exclusive to a guy. She still has the guy, but has slept with other men, as I suggested she was last week.
Oh,
Audrey.
Why did you lie?
Because I really like the guy, that's why.
You're supposed to start by saying, good morning, T-Meister.
Good morning, T-Meister.
He's the only one who says it. I don't know why I like it. Why did you lie to the T-Man? Because you really like the guy.
Because I really like
the
that
same reason
guy.
all women lie to guys. I see. Then it makes perfect sense. You were, as I suspected, cheating on him as of last week, this week, and you never really stopped sleeping with random men. And when I told you that you were heard on the chat line soliciting guys for sex on the night that we spoke the following day, you denied it.
Yeah, but I still didn't have sex with somebody off the chat line.
Fine. Maybe it wasn't successful, but you denied it. I forgive you.
I did nothing off the chat line.
Now that you're honest with this guy, is he still with you or what?
Well, he doesn't. Well, I'm
He
pretty
doesn't
sure he
know.
knows now. But
So I wasn't supposed to talk about this on the air?
well, I mean, he would have found out anyway.
Right. Eventually you would have been caught. There's too much going on with you, huh?
Huh? I thought you said you were going to cool it once you found the right guy.
You did say that.
Yeah, sometimes things happen.
And the Lord works in mysterious ways, but if he knows you're a bullcrapper, he's not going to be so willing to give you the perfect guy until you truly are willing to abide by your statement of, if the right guy came along in my life, I would shut it down. You can't shut it down, can you? If you tried, if you met the ultimate guy, could you shut it down? Is this an indication that this is not the ultimate guy, or you just can't shut it down? Which one is it? Which one? Answer me!
I just can't shut it down.
Can I just defend her for a quick minute? I think.
Terry can't shut it down either.
Well, no, this guy, you would think, knowing her past and everything like that,
should know what he's getting himself
should know
into.
what he's getting himself into.
Yes.
Absolutely, and understand. And obviously, he liked her enough to be in a committed relationship.
Right.
Accepting her for whatever
But
fault.
did he know the full scope of what Audrey's lifestyle has been, as candidly as she's given it to us? Did she explain it to him that vividly? Did you tell him you've been with 590-something or 620-something guys?
Well,
And you have them all logged in a Mead notebook?
Well, I just sort of play the role sometimes when I like somebody.
See, she can't even use the rule of 3, because usually you take the number that a woman says that she slept with and you multiply by 3.
Right.
What is she gonna do? I've been with 206 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, Audrey.
Well, that's too bad.
Thought you were starting over on New Leaf for
Yes.
sure. But you guys are still going out, right?
Yeah, I'm still with him.
All right, tell him it's just a radio thing. Yeah. You've only slept with him and one other guy.
Right.
All right?
Yeah, but 666 is coming up.
That's
so-
what I always tell Angela. It's just a radio thing.
Sure.
666 is coming up. And Hotshot about 6 months ago, in a joking fashion, kind of.
No.
He said, I want to be 666, because Hotshot has this thing with horror and evil.
Right.
And that
Devil stuff.
Yeah. So when she was at 540-something, Hotshot felt safe and said, I want to be 666. Now she's approaching 666.
Yes.
What number are you at exactly?
652.
Ooh, it's getting there.
Wow.
That's why she couldn't stop. She's trying to get there for you.
So by 3 this afternoon, Hotshot will be ready for you.
See, once you get the boyfriend, it goes back to 0, though.
Right.
It's a clean slate now.
But she never really stopped, is the thing.
Yes.
So.
Audrey, thanks for being honest. The truth shall set you free.
You're right.
Okay.
Jeez.
Let me make a quick call here before this person goes to work.
Must not be gay.
Right.
Narrow that
down. That's one person that we know.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Star.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
I'm getting ready for work.
Yes. And you're making a good showing in the Bitchler voting, but you're in second place.
I know.
How many votes was she losing to Constance by? About 50-something?
48, I think.
This could change, Star. But as of right now, you're a bridesmaid still. But that's not the reason I called. The reason I called is for something else that I just wanted to discuss with you and get your opinion on.
Okay.
Why are you trying so hard to sound nice right now?
Well, because I went overboard in getting upset yesterday, and I think that...
You went overboard in getting upset and you realize that now?
I realize that.
Mm-hmm.
You were just defending yourself, Star, right?
Yeah, we never had a problem with that.
No problem, yeah.
And you calling Jimmy Fred Weeman yesterday afternoon and screaming at him is fine with me.
I didn't scream at him.
He said you screamed at him.
Scream at him.
That the voting was like fraudulent or something, and
I just wanted to make sure the polls were working because the percentiles hadn't changed.
The percentiles hadn't changed, and for the first time since you've been with Keith Roach, you wanted to make sure the poll was working.
Yes.
Last time it wasn't. Is that right?
So then the Weeman explained to you that the more votes that are set into the system, the harder it is for the percentages to change.
But I said okay.
And since
I got off the phone with him.
Since that time, the percentages have changed. Have you noticed that? Because you were 2 percentage points behind when you called the Weeman, and now you're only 1 percentage point behind. But this is not the reason I called in your very pleasant-sounding way this morning. The reason I called is because, due to your non-pleasant-sounding ways yesterday, we got an email from one of the women who are amongst the finalists, amongst the final four. I think she's going by Megan these days. Yes, Megan emailed us, and she told us that due to your attitude yesterday, after this whole Bitchler thing is over, she would like to fight you.
Oh, nice.
Well,
live here in the studio and to the death.
I learned from the summer jam thing not to get in fights, so she can try what she wants, but if she hits me, then, I'll have to take proper action. That doesn't mean I'm going to fight her.
Oh,
well.
She's already a criminal. If she wants to get herself in even more trouble...
All right, well, hang on. Let me see if I can get her on the line. And we'll figure out if we want to fight.
Pulling hair and stuff.
T-Man sets up a fight.
Oh, great. Taking odds on it now.
I have to dial one. Your mother will be cool with this, right?
Yeah, right.
I guess. Hello.
Hey, Megan?
Yes.
Is this you?
Yes.
They sound a lot alike. Did I read your email correctly? Do you want to fight Star?
No, it wasn't that I wanted to fight. I said that we should come down to the studio and play WWF.
I can't.
I think there's a body slammer because...
What is she saying? She wants a body slammer? Yeah, that's what I heard. Megan, you're breaking up. Do you want to fight her or not? The email said you wanted to fight her.
It doesn't say fight. I want to wrestle with her and give her that ass whooping
So
that her
do I.
mom should have gave her a long time ago.
Oh.
My mom did kick my ass when I was little. That's why I'm so... whatever. Grow up. Like I said...
Oh, too bad. Doesn't it suck when...
You're the one that should grow up going in people's bank accounts. You're the one doing mature criminal activity. Don't get mad at me.
Oh, it's a very pleasant fight. We'll have our promoters working on the cause, and we'll see what's what.
If she says I want to whoop her ass, that's pretty much a fight.
Yeah, I think so.
She wants to wrestle with her, but not fight her.
Yeah, but she wants to kick her
A good
ass.
wrestling match is going to turn into, between two women, is going to turn into an out-and-out cat fight, scratching, kicking, pulling testicles and stuff like that.
Of course.
I'll volunteer mine.
Now, Star?
Huh?
Is this Star?
This is Star.
What happened to your phone now?
My phone's okay.
All right. Do you think that Megan is just having a sour grape moment because she's, like, trailing badly in the voting?
Perhaps that could be. She's been behind the whole time, so I mean, maybe she is better.
Now it's my turn.
Oh, boy.
Star, anything obviously can happen with you only trailing by a handful of votes. Maybe you, later this morning, will be announced as the Bitchler.
I hope.
Because sometime this morning, when it gets more clear and decisive, if it ever does, we will announce who the Bitchler is going to be. Right now, it's too close. It's too close to just say that Constance is the Bitchler. More votes have to come in. And if more votes don't give one side more of an advantage, we may have to have a live lightning poll right here on the air.
Oh,
I like
that
those.
would be good.
Well, everybody who's listening, if you haven't voted, just go vote.
Yeah.
For me.
All right, Star, very good.
She has little buttons that say,
Take care.
I voted on him. She's handing them out.
I know.
Little canes.
Vote for me as the Bitchler.
She's going to start going through the white pages. Did you vote in the T-Man's online thing?
The T-Man.
When you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
It's time for you to stop.
You're listening to the best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live in no time. Now more of the best of T-Man.
Michael Jackson fans got a bit more than they bargained for when they watched the singer dangle his baby over the balcony of his hotel room.
Oh, yeah, everyone's seen this video by now, right?
Jackson issued a written statement saying he made a terrible mistake and would never intentionally endanger the lives of any of his children.
That's a statement. He would never do anything intentionally to harm his children. Well, the video that everyone's seen would prove otherwise. Yeah. I don't even know what was worse, the dangling of the baby over the balcony or the fact that he was smothering it with a towel. People don't even realize that the baby's face was, like, covered, and the baby was, like, fighting for breath, you could see. And his ankles were hitting the bar of the balcony. It was unbelievable.
Issued a written statement saying he made a terrible mistake and would never intentionally endanger the lives of any of his children. Jackson briefly appeared outside and waved to his fans in Berlin, then came back holding his youngest son, Prince Michael.
Yes. Jeez. I think a prince deserves better. What do you say?
Oh, yes, definitely.
And dangle the baby, but use both hands when you're holding him.
Nice.
What if the baby fell?
Oh, man.
Oops.
Yeah.
You thought he was
Statement,
weird.
please.
Tito? On that. I don't know.
Well.
I try to root for him every day.
Right.
Like I wish he wasn't like that.
Right.
But every time I try to root for him, that something like this happens.
Got it.
It just makes me sad. What is wrong with him?
It's almost like not even real. The video you saw, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It was only a second or two, though. Everyone needs to be dangled,
Oh, sure.
suspended in air at some point in their life for a second or two. Might as well get it out of the way early.
Yeah. The baby probably wanted the towel over his head so
Right.
he doesn't have to look at him.
Where's your nose, Daddy?
Oh.
Yeah, they can't play that game.
Where is Stumpkin?
Yeah. I got your nose.
Oh, got your
really?
nose. That's the one. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm confusing Where is Stumpkin. That's a thumb game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There is a game where you take someone's nose and you use it. All right,
Yeah,
never
And
mind.
you make your thumb look like
Got
nose.
it.
Right.
Easy how I can confuse the two then, right?
Yes, I see.
What's in your pile there, Terry? What is going on besides Michael Jackson's little situation?
Well, I got a story here about two sisters who were driving separate cars on their way to each other's houses. They crashed into each other on the highway.
Sure.
And unfortunately, they both died.
Whatever.
Seriously.
Where is that coming from?
I'm getting this from an
What are the
Orlando
odds
newspaper.
on that? They didn't know that the other was coming to see the other, and they crashed into each other's cars and both died.
Yeah.
Orlando, Florida newspaper.
Yes,
Not a tabloid.
not a tabloid.
But a newspaper is reporting the two sisters going to see each other hit cars and died on the spot.
Right. They were driving their Jeeps. They were opposite directions on the highway.
Was one of them named Prince Michael by any chance?
No. One of their cars veered into oncoming traffic and slammed into the other one. That's what happened, unfortunately.
What are the odds?
I know, pretty.
That is quite a parlay. I mean, that is unbelievable.
If I just had one of them, wouldn't have paid as much.
You hear about that news. You're part of the family. Can you even fathom that happening?
No, you're pretty.
I mean, they're together in a car. Yes, tragically, families have had situations like that to devastate their lives.
Right.
But here are two separate cars. They're on their way to each other's house to see one another, and they crashed, like head on and died?
Yeah, one veered over and bam.
Hey, it's you. Oh, jeez.
They should have called first.
Jeez.
Check it in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
Are you kidding me? Tell me you're kidding right now.
I'm
Tell me
not.
you started making up stories like a week ago.
No, I'm serious. No tabloid.
Right.
Serious. Got it from Orlando newspaper.
All right, what else? What else is going on?
Well,
Continue on with the happy stories of the morning.
Dangling babies and sisters dying.
Why don't you look for something that may counter the festive mood that you're going for?
Okay.
Go ahead.
If you're a really hot person, ABC wants you.
Move on! What is this now?
ABC is doing a reality TV show, and they're looking for the hottest person in America.
And that's it. Just the hottest person.
Yes.
They said to themselves, why continue on with these reality TV shows where we dance around certain topics? Let's just go for the hottest person in the world. How is anyone going to watch West Wing when we have the elimination and working towards the hottest person in the world on our station?
It's entitled Are You Hot? And an ABC exec.
Oh, very creative. They're getting really very creative with the planning for this upcoming series.
Right. This is what one of the suits says.
Yes.
He says, you don't have to be talented to be on this show.
No!
You don't have to sing.
You don't even have to be able to play the spoons.
You don't have to dance. You don't have to do anything except think you're hot.
Think you're hot. So it's going to be like almost an American Idol type of thing, I imagine, where people will come to the situation and be judged, and then there'll be people in a very harsh way, I imagine, saying, nope, you don't make the cut, you're not even close to hot.
Right.
That's what the vibe I'm getting about this show is going to be like, which will be very entertaining, believe me.
Oh, I'm sure. They're going to take, at the end, 16 semifinalists. They're going to fly them to L.A.
Right.
Do all the take a part in a series of pageant-like competitions. Do
But
a
no
makeover.
talent.
No talent, just be hot.
The hottest person in the world or the country?
In the world. They're looking all, well, in America.
In America,
actually.
okay, so
Yes.
that's the country. Yeah. How about him?
Hey, why not? Let's send him in.
Who in our dysfunctional family needs to be nominated for the hottest person in America?
He'd be ideal.
Shouldn't we give our endorsement on someone?
Sure.
Well, Jimmy's top 10%, right?
Yes. But he doesn't make the height requirement. Are you serious? When does it start, did he say?
Sometime it'll air sometime next year. So,
yes.
But they're going to start the whole nationwide.
You excited about it? Do you watch it?
Hey, of course. Of course you do.
You're not.
Yeah, how can
American
you not?
Idol without talent.
And they sit there and stare at the judges. So, what do you think?
The T-Man.
I mean, not many girls in contemporary American society today would give their underwear to help a geek like me.
Boy, I'm glad Christmas is over.
Why?
Picking all those presents for everyone.
Yeah, it's tough. How about you? Did you get everything you wanted?
Not everything.
No?
What I really wanted was a high-definition TV, maybe even one of those new LCDs or plasmas.
But those are pretty expensive.
Well, not any longer. Look at these prices in Video Only's clearance ad. Panasonic high-definition TVs starting at just $4.99, and lots of Sonys and Toshibas and Hitachis to choose from.
Wow, I see what you mean. And they're all top-rated brands at clearance prices.
And Video Only's offering no interest financing with no payments until 2006, so I can enjoy my new TV for a year before making a payment.
We better go check out these deals, or...
We'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or computers, but you will find the best deals on TVs, HD TVs, DVDs, digital cameras, camcorders, and home theater systems. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma. Video Only.
Here's your Cube News update. Democrat legislative leaders say Republicans are not going to get the revote they want in the governor's race. GOP officials point to admitted problems with the election as a reason for a special election in the governor's race. The Dems say Christine Gregoire will be sworn in next week as scheduled. The thief who took Seattle Police Chief Gil Kurlikowski's gun left a few questions behind. Kurlikowski's personal weapon was stolen December 26th from his parked car. Now officials want to know why the chief wasn't carrying his gun. Department rules say officers have to carry their weapons within the city limits. Snohomish County will probably buckle under pressure from the state and declare a 110-acre parcel of land off limits to development. Governor Gary Locke placed more than $9 million in sanctions on the county for not designating the acreage as agricultural land. It's Sonics versus Orlando this afternoon. Today, clear and sunny with highs near 40. I'm Heather Stark with your Cube News update.
More of Seattle's #1 hit music is coming up.
This is my station.
KUBE, Seattle, Tacoma.
This morning, there are a lot of letters that are piling in that have nothing to do with the Bitchler, believe it or not, Terry. Although, we are getting so many and what looks to be very qualified guys nominating themselves, being nominated by women. I think there are still more women nominating guys for The Bitchler than guys who yesterday heard that we lifted the ban on you being able to nominate yourself. And we have a lot of gentlemen to choose from after we knight The Bitchler this morning, Terry, and that will happen at some point today.
Good deal.
You will know which of the candidates is going to be The Bitchler, either Star, Constance, or maybe somehow finding her way, squeaking by the competition. Could be Amber, who's not that far behind that it's out of the question. But after that's done, then either tomorrow morning or maybe we'll take a day off, I don't know, we'll start meeting the guys, Terry.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait.
That means Terry has written on her calendar, wear makeup.
Yeah, right.
New outfit every day.
Is that right? So no more sweats?
No more sweats.
You grace us with your sweatpants and your sweatshirts, and the guys get better. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's nice to know. Let me see here. Let me find one real quick. Dear T-Man, is this good? Dear T-Man, my husband will be going to his 20th high school reunion. I don't like people that old listening to the show. He says... You're going to your 20th high school reunion
Next
soon?
year.
Is that right?
Yes. What are you talking about?
And actually, the numbers, as far as ratings are concerned, the amount of people who are between 25 and 54 years old are rising in major proportions over the past number of months.
So there you go.
And so are... all right, never mind. My husband is going to the 20th. He says that before he goes to the reunion, he wants to upgrade my wedding ring. Wow. Before... When we got engaged, he wasn't making that much money. My diamond isn't very big. I think it's very nice, but it isn't by any means huge. I think it's probably about 3/4 of a carat. Now, my husband is a lawyer and wants to buy me a giant rock to show off to all his friends. I don't think this is necessary. I am troubled that it's so important to him to buy it right before the reunion. I know most women would probably jump at this chance at any time in their lives to have their ring upgraded. But I think this is very superficial, T-Man. Should I roll with it, let my husband feel like he's more confident and doing better and showing himself off by having this bigger ring on my finger? Or should I tell him this is too petty and I'm not going to do it?
Wow.
She's having a dilemma.
Yeah.
Over getting her ring sized up for 20 years or at least I would imagine 15 or some odd years. Mm-hmm. She's had the same ring. Mm-hmm. Has been happy.
Right.
Doesn't sound like she's been complaining.
No.
Loves her husband. But he loves his status.
And I think that, probably she'd jump at it if it was for the right reason. And for her, the whole superficial, let me try and brag about my...
So the fact she doesn't see this as the right reason, right. She should go with her gut and tell him, I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm not a showpiece for you.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm not a sign of your status.
Right.
I'm in love with the ring you gave me.
Right. I want to flaunt my little chintzy ring.
Well, but for some, there's a lot of people out there who may not have 3/4 of a carat, and for her, that's perfect. I
think she points out that 3/4 of a carat would be a stretch.
But still.
Mm-hmm.
And if
she's never complained. She's never felt dissatisfied.
Right.
He feels like he'll not give off the right impression if he doesn't size her ring up.
If it's all for status,
he may stay home if he doesn't let her size her ring up.
Oh, well then.
So seeing that that's your husband's desire,
right,
and seeing that anyone can understand how you want to make a good impression and you want to show off to the people you haven't seen in a while at a high school reunion,
right.
Shouldn't she, and it's not the worst punishment in the world, be a little understanding and let the dude size her freaking ring up?
Well,
does everything have to be a fight, basically, when you're married?
I don't think that's a fight.
I want to size your ring up. Oh, you bastard!
I don't think that's a fight. I think...
It is a fight. It's going to become a fight.
But see,
everything's a fight!
All she wants him to do is remain true to who he is as a person. And
who he is a more successful guy than her ring would indicate.
Fine, but she's saying that she doesn't need for him to flaunt it just, with the big thing.
He feels happy. He does.
But
she doesn't feel he does, but he does.
Then he's not feeling really secure about his success.
Hey, wake up and smell the caffeine, Terry. People in this world were not built to be secure creatures. We are insecure by nature. This guy would just like to show off a little bit. Can't he size her friggin' ring up?
Keep the ring. Give her a $50,000 diamond necklace.
Gosh. There's a thought there.
Unbelievable.
But she just,
So you're telling her, if she's listening right now, whoever she may be, and she doesn't even sign the letter at all. She was too old.
Yeah, right.
You're telling her. Yes, too old, as I said to her.
Anyway.
You're telling her to hold your ground.
Right.
And don't let him be superficial like this.
Right.
Don't let him size the ring up.
Right.
And I'm telling you, this marriage thing, where do I sign?
Yeah, no
He
kidding.
should be happy though that
he's married to someone
who's so
who doesn't
grounded
have
and
this gold digging type of mentality.
Right. And loves him for him from the beginning with the no money.
If he's going to feel uncomfortable, you know how uncomfortable reunions are? I went to my 10-year reunion a couple years ago.
Right.
Uncomfortable. Everyone's out there trying to impress everyone. That's the only reason they have these reunions. People lie, people make up all kinds of crap. And you can't make up, obviously, the items that you bring speak for themselves.
Right.
Yeah, right. You have a radio show? Sure.
He's going to go around saying he's going to go around saying as a lawyer, and people behind his back are going to be like, obviously an ambulance station. Look at that.
But you know what?
People thought I invented the internet at mine.
If he was seriously successful as an attorney, which it sounds like he has been, then his reputation should stand for itself. And
all right, let's take some people's opinions out there on this one. 1-866-663-T-Man. I thought this was going to be just not that interesting a letter. Now I'm deciding that maybe it is more interesting than I gave it credit for. 1-866-663-T-Man.
The T-Man.
Why do you shamelessly waste my time like this?
I don't know.
Blowing up.
At 7, 2, 4, and 8, beginning January 10th.
More of the best of T-Man.
It's going to be tough, but it could also be used to your advantage in a big-time way. During the break, I guess we do the show pretty much during the break, even better than we do it on the air. Hotshot is explaining to us how his sister, and I don't know if this is very responsible of her, by the way, is leaving her 2-year-old. Is it 2 yet or no?
Maybe like 1.5.
Maybe 1.5 with Hotshot for a full weekend. No any guy can take care of a kid for an hour, but someone like Hotshot who has absolutely no experience of taking care of kids has got to be left with his nephew, and he's excited, but he also is scared because he knows he has no idea how to take care of a kid.
Right.
But his sister doesn't care, doesn't want to hear about it. She's going on vacation. She's leaving the kid with Hotshot for a weekend. Now, I told him during the break that this could be used majorly to his advantage. All he's got to do is put this kid in like an oversized NFL jersey, and everything for that kid will be oversized. Right. Have him just go down to his ankles, walk him around the park, and you are hooking yourself up for weekends to come.
Right.
Because they see you with a kid, you try to make it so you look kind of like you know what you're doing with the kid for a half a second. Like you're playing with them, then a conversation will get started. Then you'll give them the information that it's not yours, but you'd love to have one. You're dying for the day that happens. You get numbers, and you're stocked up for the next few months.
Then you have 6 illegitimate children within a year.
I thought that only worked with dogs. Works with kids, too?
Works better with kids.
Yeah,
guys just unwilling to do it.
Shows your sensitive side, and that you're compatible with kids. All that.
And as far as the other stuff, you were worried about changing diapers and stuff. I just say keep them in the same diaper the whole weekend.
Come on now.
It'll teach him not to do it.
They'll be fine.
You'll be able to. I mean, at least.
Have you ever changed a diaper?
I've changed it when they've gone number 1, but I'm not prepared for number 2.
Right.
And that's a pretty one.
You have one of those genies to take the smell out of the room?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Actually, in your apartment, you probably won't need anything.
Yeah, we just use incense.
Right.
You'll be fine.
Can't get any worse than the way it is already.
What do they do?
So you're not going to them, they're bringing it to you?
Yeah, they're coming up to hang out with their...
They're dropping it off.
It's not an it.
To
us,
little
Terry. Boy, his little nephew.
Right. They're dropping it off, and they're saying, have a great weekend. We'll see you Sunday night.
Maybe.
Yeah, geez. And then Hotshot has whatever he wants to do with the child at his disposal.
All kinds
I'm
of
going
things.
to stare at it. Now what?
Child will fit in at the casino, don't worry.
There's a great game on.
Yeah, they have daycares at the casino.
Oh, you're nervous, aren't you?
I don't know what to do. How do you know when they're hungry? How do you know when they go number 2? I don't know this
Believe
stuff.
me, you'll know. You will know. You'll get the face when it's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
If not the
You won't
stems.
know the face if he's never seen the face. You know the face.
It won't be that hard.
All right,
to.
back to this later.
All
'Cause
right.
A lot of people are waiting to discuss. And Terry Free is acting all like she's so non-superficial when we know the real Terry Free, and that's not her. All right? This guy, and let me, should I read the whole letter again? My husband's going to his 20th year high school reunion. I don't even know why. I'm not going to my 20th. I'll tell you that right now. You go to your 10th. I don't think you go to your 20th. You go to your 20th?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not going. He says before his reunion, he wants to upgrade my wedding ring. When we got engaged, he wasn't making a lot of money. The diamond isn't very big. Calling it 3/4 of a carat would be a stretch. I think it's closer to a half a carat. Now, my husband is a lawyer. He's doing really well. He wants to buy me a giant rock. Oh, the nerve of him.
Yeah.
See, when
He's told me he wants to buy me, quote unquote, a giant rock. I'm surprised it took him all this time to do it. And that's part of your issue?
Yes.
She never inquired. She never mentioned it. She never asked.
Right.
She doesn't want it.
She's fine.
He wants it. We understand the point is she doesn't want it. I'll tell you what, Terry, your 20-year reunion, you said yours is coming up?
Yes.
Have your fiancé, soon-to-be husband, wear sweatpants then, if it's not a big issue as to what impressions people make based on what people see. Have him wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt to your high school 20-year reunion.
That's fine with me.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Don't
it
lie
is.
to me.
No, it's not. It's different,
fine.
though.
It's not different.
Granted, he would never do that, but if he really wanted to...
If he knew what was good for him?
No, he's not, and he's not that way at all.
If you guys were poor and couldn't afford clothes, maybe we would have to.
Right. There's always that possibility.
But that is not the case here. And that is not the case with you. That's not the case with this couple. But if there's no big deal about showing any signs of status, if that's not an interest to anyone, then you and him just show up in FUBU.
I don't have any food.
Instead of wearing a nice dress and a nice suit.
Okay, so then...
Do people dress up at the reunions out here? Because everyone dresses up big time at the reunion I went to, and it's very East Coast. You go to, like, a place where you'd have a wedding, like that kind of hall or something like that.
Yeah.
And you have a big sit-down dinner, right?
Right.
All right, well, dress in sweats.
Okay. Fine.
You're not going to do it. Don't even look at me like that, please. Don't insult my intelligence. Yes, she acknowledges, and he's making it very clear. He's not hiding the fact that this is something he would like to do to give off an impression that he's trying to give off. The impression that is truly him now, as opposed to him 20 years ago. And that is his motivation. Maybe it's shallow. Fine. Guilty as charged. Just do it and shut up.
But what if it makes her uncomfortable? What if it also makes her uncomfortable? And the whole night she's kind of like feeling really conscious of it, going, oh, my God, this is so... it's not...
You're making it like what it is here. You're on the air. Hello.
I'm not making...
Oh, it's
you're
so big.
making.
What am I going to do with myself?
I can't carry my head around.
No, because I also brought up the whole... It could work in the opposite direction. Yeah. I'm going to tell you a story about... There's one girl in our high school...
A Terry Free story?
A Terry Free story.
Hang on, can you? I got a call on the line here. Are you there?
Hello?
I don't think we're ready to clear the day for a Terry Free story yet. Yes, go ahead. How are you?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I was just calling in, and I wanted to say that she should upgrade her ring.
Support the husband. And that's what it is. He's looking for a little support here. He's a little bit insecure about going to this reunion. That's understandable. Support your husband.
Exactly.
Like he would support his wife if she had some request that he thought was a little trivial.
And anyway, everybody gets their ring upgraded, and everybody goes out of their way to look the best at a reunion, so she might as well do it.
There you go. Very sensible lady on the line here. Now tell me your stupid story.
A girl in my high school,
right?
Who, she make it short. She wore
don't make it short. I want the long version.
We have our pillows, our blankets. We're ready for story time.
Snacks. You got the marshmallows? Start the fire. Okay. All right, Terry's telling a story.
She went to a girls' basketball reunion, and she wore a fur coat.
Basketball reunion? What's a basketball reunion?
The girls' team all got together.
Ah, I see. And she wore a fur coat just to show a sign of who she is now and what she's capable of.
And what her status quo is now, and, you know, that, hey, my hubby is all that. I mean... And all the girls afterwards, a couple of the girls said, I can't believe she did that.
All right, well, when you're dealing with fur, you're dealing with a completely different issue. You're dealing with sensitivities here, Terry, until they start slaughtering little bits of coal to get diamonds, and people are outraged by that. Having a diamond on is not a huge deal, but wearing a fur... to some people is a very obnoxious thing to do.
Over your uniform?
Oh,
is that necessary?
She wore it over a uniform?
Yeah.
It's kind of hot.
You know, because they were going to do some little reunion game or whatever. I don't remember how it went.
They were going to play in a game.
Yeah.
And she took off
her
her
fur. And here she comes flaunting in with her fur on over a uniform. Hey!
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
That's a great story.
I mean, she married one of the shortest guys in our class. She's one of the tallest.
Story time tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Terry Free story time tomorrow will be about this time. Yeah.
You know, but it can work in the opposite.
Okay. So people can,
because I don't
frown upon you in an effort of flaunting. I don't think this goes overboard as reeking of a guy trying to flaunt something if his wife is wearing a sized-up ring. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Now, if you were to rent some Benzie CL500 to roll up in that is outside of his status. That's different.
I think if this guy's an attorney, he sucks because presentation is everything.
Huh? If he's what now?
An attorney.
An attorney.
Because presentation is everything.
Right.
He sucks.
Okay.
It's already dead.
He didn't plead his case well.
All he had to do is to make sure that his wife knew the reason that he was given in the ring. He could be concerned about her status because the ring is for women.
So all lawyers are liars? What's wrong with this guy? You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, I just think that if he wants to upgrade the ring, he's got to upgrade other things, too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Probably missing out on a lot of other stuff.
Here's a woman that just will be a great candidate for somebody, huh?
Yeah, by the way, my car sucks, too.
Right.
Can I get a new one?
Well, you know,
And my life sucks, by the way?
Yeah.
And while I'm at it, can I upgrade my freaking husband?
Well, that's the only way that he can make up for it.
You're on the air. Hello. Yes, Stephen, your comment.
Well, if they're that wealthy and that well-to-do, then people are going to know that anyway by the clothes they wear and the way they present themselves when they're there. It won't even matter what size the ring is.
Right.
You're on the air.
Hey, T-Man, how you doing?
What's up, dude?
Hey, man, God, there's only two reasons why the guy wants to upgrade his wife's ring.
Yes.
Number one, he's nuts. Or number two, she is ugly, and he wants to take the attention off of her and put it on the ring.
Good. A point.
That's what I think. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. It's very simple. If she is unwilling to deal with the plague of having your ring sized up, then stay home.
Oh, boy.
He'll go with somebody else.
Yeah.
He'll hire a nice, top-of-the-line escort for the night. It'll be a lot cheaper than sizing up her ring.
Yeah.
Plug down $2,000 for a top-flight escort for the night. High-class hooker. If you can, support your husband. Support your husband like you would want us to be supported yourself.
Okay, so she supports her husband and says, okay, give me that big old rock and all. And what does she do? Go walking in going, see? Did you see the ring? Did you see the, oh, look at my ring. Isn't that nice? Hey, you.
That's just stupid, Terry.
Look at me.
Look at me. Hi.
If it's a size that I guess he's suggesting, the giant rock, she won't have to throw her hand out like that.
Carry around a little
But
spotlight.
something tells me you are very natural at that, Terry.
Yeah.
After 18 years of not being engaged, why do I get the sense that you've been in that posture before?
The T-Man.
Why can't I just have a normal boyfriend? Why? Just a regular boyfriend who doesn't go nuts on me.
Everybody wants that, dear. It doesn't exist.
You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live soon. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
Winona Ryder was back in black for court today. The actress known for being on the cutting edge of fashion has been dressing down during her trial.
We want to appear to be someone who is more closely connected to the jury.
Celebrity attorney Trent Copeland says Winona's...
I heard she was wearing see-through right in front of the jury. Is that right?
It was kind of see-through.
That's the way to win over the jury. If I'm on the jury, I'm like, yeah, thanks for the breast shot there, Winona. You're guilty.
More closely connected to the jury.
Celebrity attorney Trent
Nothing closer than when you could see nipple.
Copeland says Winona's new sense of style is designed to make an impact on the jury. From pretty in pink and polka dot skirt to a simple A-line ensemble and vintage-style black dress, it seems Winona is dressing to impress.
Well, yeah, when you steal clothes for a living, you have a lot of options to wear.
Right. A lot of stuff in your closet.
Absolutely. She has a multitude of items she can choose from as far as what she feels like wearing on a given day.
Uh-huh. Very nice.
Money's no object!
That's 10-finger discount, boy.
Terry does not like our new bumper, Stephen.
Well,
Oh, really?
Did you like our new bumper, Stephen? Terry wants our new bumper out?
Yes.
Wow. One play and that's it?
Yeah, we're
Does
done.
she have that much pull, though?
No.
Oh.
But we do take what Terry has to say to heart.
Do you think she's done it?
Perhaps, maybe.
Oh, jeez.
That's why it's hitting a nerve with Terry. Maybe she just did it before she came in this morning. I don't know. But Terry, as soon as we had that played, made a bad face, and then gave the thumbs out kind of signal.
How about if she does it now, we'll take it out.
Terry is the brains. She is the brains behind the operation, there's no doubt. And that is certainly something we can agree upon, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
That's Hot Shot suggests.
Go on.
You want it out right now.
I am not going to do that.
Okay.
That's sick.
Swagger!
Yes, T-Man.
There's a guy.
There he is.
Full uniform.
Why should it be that Matthew Swagger is how old?
16.
16. Why should it be that Matthew Swager, who really brings nothing to the table, Matthew Swager, who calls every day, we put him on periodically, why should it be that I have to go to my email and see a bunch of emails on Matthew Swager every day? Why should that be?
I haven't emailed you in a while.
I'm not saying they're from you, Matthew. That's the point. If they were from you, it would be easier for me to understand.
Right.
But they're from other listeners wanting to know about you. And that's what startles me.
Uh-huh.
Is that how empty the world is and people's lives are today? They need to know about Matthew Swager. I feel responsible to have to put Matthew Swager on whether I want to or not because people are dying to know what's going on in his stupid life.
Well, they may feel depression in their own lives, and they're trying to find how my life is more depressing than theirs.
That's not it. Swagger?
Yes?
They wanted to know whether you went to homecoming with that girl, and I told them no. Well, I didn't email them back, but I told them just at the computer when I was yelling at them to stop emailing. No.
Right.
Swagger?
Yes.
What's the latest with you and Lizzie?
I have figured out all transportation plans. Now the last and big part, money.
Steven?
Yeah.
You met this dude, right?
I did.
I'm actually dying to know. I'm actually dying to know what he looks like. You know, you hear all the time people are dying to know what I look like. I don't care. I know what I look like. I don't care about
with me. I can send you pictures.
Yeah, that's all right. If we're going to get pictures from listeners, I'd really rather them not be from you. Right. There are other listeners I'd put ahead of you, okay?
You're going to run the risk of underage people.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be you, man.
Swagger?
Yes.
So what transportation ideas did you come up with?
It's simple. I have to pay nothing on all the transit and the ferry over to the side. Then I have to take a
Why can't I understand what he's saying? He speaks English. He doesn't sound like he speaks poorly.
No.
And yet I can't understand him.
Okay.
You're a slur, kind of.
Yeah.
I pay nothing till I get to Edmonds.
All right.
In Edmonds, I pay $15 to Everett.
You sound like my dad right now.
Really?
Figuring out the cheapest route to everywhere he could go.
Actually, I don't know the cheapest route. This is the most convenient.
Okay.
$15.
Does Lizzie know how hard you're working? Does Lizzie know that in your bedroom you have a whole huge side of the wall? It fills up the whole entire one side of your bedroom, if not all of it, map? That you're sitting there with thumbtacks and figuring out how to get to see her?
What room?
Do you sleep in the doghouse?
No.
Okay, you have a room, don't you?
I have a closet.
All right, yeah. You sleep in the closet.
Okay. As far as I know, it's going to cost near $80.
Why $80, Matthew?
I have to take a Greyhound bus 3 times. That right there is $45.
Why do you have to take Greyhound?
How far away does she live? How far away, if you were to drive straight, how far away does she live, Matthew?
She lives in Granite Falls.
Do you have a driver's license?
I have a permit.
Okay. Aren't you allowed to drive in a car with your permit?
Yeah, but I need somebody that's a licensed driver, has insurance, and has had their license for more than 5 years, has no penalty.
Okay, actually, he's a licensed driver. No insurance. So call now. 1-866-63 shoe man. Matthew.
Yes.
Say, dude. What do you envision happening when you get all 3 Greyhounds and 2 Pop-Tarts later? when you get to see her, what do you envision happening during that day or night?
Well, I picture us going to the movies.
My feeling is, when I was 16, if I envisioned myself getting a little something, I mean, not to say you're going to go the whole route, but maybe not a full lap around the track, but at least get started, get out of the blocks.
Right.
If I envision that, I'm busting my ass to find someone with a regular driver's license to get me over there, and I'm not taking 3 Greyhounds.
Actually, I only need to take 1 Greyhound and a public bus, and on the way back, that's when I take the 2 other Greyhounds.
Why can't she, like, meet you halfway or something?
What are you, Kenny Loggins, Terry?
Yeah.
The only way how this works is I meet her.
And you go to her joint.
Excuse me?
See, that's not bad. If you can arrange it, you'd rather not meet in the middle, because they're not going to hotels. They're not there.
Right.
If you could go to her place, if you can go to her spot, she sounds like the type whose family is always on the go, never around that much. Perfect. That's what you need. So maybe the 3 Greyhound thing is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. All right, you got to figure it out. When are you going to do it?
The only time I have it open is next weekend, because that's the only time my dad will allow.
Perfect. Do it.
Oh, yeah.
If you vomit on her because you're so scared,
oh, my goodness,
don't call us.
Okay.
All right.
Something tells me if you give $80 to a kid in your school, he'll drive you there, man. That's good money.
No
The problem
kidding.
is, how do I get $80?
Are you going to make an attempt to touch her boobies?
$80 might do it.
Whatever assignments for you guys? I don't
Matthew?
know. Yes?
Answer my question.
Yes.
Do you see yourself making some attempt to reach for breast?
I don't think so.
All right.
That's a good answer.
What was that?
Not at least till the 10th date.
The 10th date?
Yes.
Okay.
If you get there.
This is why America's falling in love with Matthew.
Yes.
'Cause he's so warped. The 10th date.
What do you mean by warp?
He's
Warp
gonna-
1, warp 2?
He's going to do 3 Greyhounds, commuter buses.
Ferries.
Yes.
Everything.
In order to get to that 10th date.
Think after all this buildup, it might be kind of a letdown for both of you?
I don't know.
Matthew, do you normally find that when people meet you, it's a letdown?
Was it a letdown for Stephen?
I was actually pleasantly surprised.
Really?
So, yeah.
What does Matthew look like?
He's a good-looking kid.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why don't I see it?
Brown hair, brown eyes.
All right, Matthew, I don't need you to describe yourself, all right? This is not a chat line.
I'm in my Star Trek uniform.
What's that?
I'm in my uniform. Star Trek.
Why does that not surprise
Your Star Trek uniform?
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
make sure you wear that when you go see Lizzie.
That'd be a big
You
hit.
want me to wear that to Lizzie's place?
All right, no, maybe not.
Yeah.
Matthew, so you're not going to do it this weekend, but next weekend?
Yes.
Can't you do it this weekend? What if I send Terry Free to your house and drive you over to Lizzie's?
Well, in that case...
Look at Terry's face.
Well, in that case, I need to ride back.
A ride back?
Yes.
What if I send Hotshot over to Lizzie's to drive you back? Look at Hotshot's face.
I'll have my Star Trek uniform on, too.
Steven.
If Free does that, the
Steven.
only thing I need is like maybe 10 to 20 bucks after that. If he
Steven,
does
yeah?
transportation.
What are you doing this weekend?
Which weekend?
This weekend.
I can't be there.
Come on, Kilworth. You really have that much going on?
Oh, yeah.
Scotty?
We've got lots going
You're
on.
married.
What do you got going on?
I've already
Steve?
taken... What do you got going on, Terry?
Well, on Saturday I have a birthday party. Sunday I have a football playoff game.
I feel like we're all brother and sister.
And
He's
in
our
fact,
adopted kid that nobody
also
wants to
on
hang out with.
Sunday I have to do an appearance.
Okay, Terry's at least come up with something, and whether she made it up or not, I don't know. I doubt it.
Well, Saturday I'm going to the Husky game. I have dinner with a friend who's
Huskies
coming
are
into
so
town.
out of it that you'd be embarrassed to be seen there.
Well, Darius's football team is probably so out of it. Why does she need to go to that?
They ended up number 1, and this is the playoffs.
All right, so far I vote for Steven driving Matthew because I think he has less of a weekend planned. Someone's going to drive Matthew over to Lizzie's this weekend because I can't wait another week and a half for them to see each other.
And what are you doing?
Because
this
Matthew's going to
weekend,
call us.
Stephen?
What am I doing? Absolutely nothing. And I'm not going anywhere near Matthew.
Jim or Scotty?
Huh?
What about Jim or Scotty?
Jam or Scotty?
Yeah.
How about Scott
How
or
about you
Jimmy?
don't call me Scotty ever again? I'll put you in my trunk on the way there, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's Halloween.
Stopping on the shoulder of the road every once in a while just to torture you.
Yeah. I know it's Star Trek's a big part of your life, man, but I don't go by that, okay?
I will not call you Scotty
No, I think you
anymore.
better go by Jam or Scotty for the rest of at least the rest of the week.
Jim's fine, actually.
Well, Wayman probably might be the best bet because we know he has nothing going on. So.
Wayman, you got any hot dates planned this weekend?
Well, just because I don't spread my legs like...
Of course I'm going to spread my legs for my fiancé. Of course I will.
You would be the type to spread your legs, though.
Just because you beg everyone to go see your son play football doesn't mean we don't have anything going on.
What do you have going on? Anything?
Yes, I do.
What do you have going on?
I have.
Why do you
friend-
sound like Matthew all of a sudden?
Sounds like me.
Go ahead.
That's hurtful.
Well, it should be. Go ahead.
I have a friend's birthday party on Saturday night.
Is it the same friend as Terry?
No.
Absolutely not happening. Go ahead.
I have tickets to the Husky game, and then I have a friend's birthday party.
Wait, so,
Another birthday party.
Apparently, they're just giving away Husky tickets now.
I guess so.
Washington Huskies
Yep.
are so poor. Won't win another game this year. Who are they playing this weekend?
I thought the
UCLA.
Seahawks were bad.
Huh?
I thought the Seahawks
UCLA?
were bad.
I'm
Yeah.
playing UCLA. It's an interesting game.
Yeah.
It's one good team.
That means I have to get $80.
All right, Wayman, you take them. Pasty?
Oh, jeez.
Come on, Pasty.
No, Pasty needs to have every weekend open in the hopes that he can get laid.
Yes.
Because he was Matthew Swager and
Dr.
never had anyone encouraging him like Matthew does.
Some might say he still is Matthew Swager.
Matthew?
Yes.
All right, we'll figure this out, maybe. All right?
Oh, boy.
Okay, live long and prosper.
All right, there you
Oh,
go.
jeez. What?
He needs all the help he can get.
The T-Man.
Say good night to the bad guy.
Now more of the best of T-Man.
The Bitchler. Starring The Bitchler.
I think we're within like an hour's time of determining who exactly the Bitchler is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, and yet you out there in the listening audience are having a really tough time coming to any kind of conclusion here. We are closer now than ever before on the number of votes separating two contestants in the Bitchler vote-off, or whatever you want to call it. Jimmy Fred Weeman.
Yes, Tim.
You are by the computer.
I am.
Refresh as we speak right now. Are we over 5,000 votes? Because we were in the low 4,000s early this morning. I would imagine we're somewhere in the 5,000 range now. Is that accurate?
We were over the last time I checked, which was about 15
Okay, so we're over 5,000 now.
Yes.
What amount of votes separates Star and Constance, who she cannot shake? She cannot get Star right off her heels. She cannot separate herself in first place. Constance still in first, yes?
Yes, it is closer than the last time I gave you the figures, though. 49 votes separate the two of them.
With over 5,000 votes registered, Terry. 49? 49 votes separate the two. And Amber, is she still in the running or she dropped out?
She's 207 votes behind Constance.
Not a lot. That is not that big a number. And how many votes is Megan behind?
Jeez. She is behind 1,342 votes.
She's got a shot.
Yeah, she does.
But she's still the hottest woman in the world.
All right, so we never really made a hardcore time. We haven't set a definite time for the voting to end, but I'm going to suggest that maybe once, if in fact Constance over the next minute to whatever starts leading by more than 75 votes, do we call it right there? Is that how you want to do it? Or you want to set a time? Should we say an hour from now? 1 hour from right now?
Yeah.
Is all the voting time you have left?
Yeah.
Hotshot wants a good lightning pole. I know that.
I know he does.
Hotshot wants to call it a tie because 49 votes is basically a tie, and then have a on-air, on-the-phone lightning pole between Star and Constance.
Right.
Very dramatic. I love it. When that guy says poop boy every time,
Right.
oh, I'm on the edge of my seat.
And Herb getting in with Steven's a dickhead?
Yes.
Well, I don't think you can have a lightning pole if there's even one vote that separates the two. That's not fair to who's ever winning. How do you do that? How do you have a lightning pole, which could be anyone's guess as to who wins, if Constance is up by 49 votes?
This is the first round of voting. They have a next round, a second round.
New rules.
We just make this up as we go along.
It's our contest. Why can't we?
Well, we'll see what happens over the next hour. I don't know if a lightning pole can really be justified here. I love a good lightning... Well, I shouldn't say it this way. I love a good... on-air survey as much as the next one.
Well, we can do it anyway.
Yeah, who cares?
That's true. All right, we'll see what happens.
All right.
Let's see where we are a half hour from now. There will be no more than 1 hour of voting left.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
In the meantime...
Yeah.
See a big pile over there, Terry? And I also mentioned that after today, we start meeting the gentlemen who have been writing in, who have been nominated by women to meet whoever the Bitchler's going to be. And it looks like it's going to be either Star, believe it or not.
Yes.
Or more likely, Constance. What do you have?
Well, you may have already heard this news, the news about the countersuit that has been thrown in Michael Jordan's face by his ex-mistress for like $5 million.
Everything had blown over between Michael Jordan and Juanita as far as a divorce.
Right.
They came to another settlement, apparently.
Yeah.
As far as her staying his wife.
Yeah.
And now another bit of bad news, smearing type news, has been thrown in the face of Michael Jordan, you say.
Yes.
And yes, I did hear about it. What is the woman's name that he was with? Like, he has had so many women, it's not even funny. I've talked to enough athletes to know that they all know that Michael Jordan has screwed more women than any athlete in modern times. It's just, it's just a matter of fact.
Wow.
It is not an opinion, anyone's opinion. It's just known that Michael Jordan has gone through just about every town in the great old United States of America. And he can.
Yeah, he could.
So what is her name?
Her name is Carla Nafel.
Nafel. She must be way hot. She must be. There's no way to get a picture of her of any kind on the internet or anything? All right, what's the deal? What is she suing for now? Like, I heard about $5 million?
She's suing for $5 million. And, of course, she's claiming that, he had promised that a long time ago.
Well, she got impregnated by him.
Yes, she did get impregnated by him. However,
unlike athletes like Sean Kemp, Michael Jordan has been able to keep it to a minimum as far as knocking up random women.
Guess so.
All right.
But according to sources, the baby that they supposedly had was stillborn.
Stillborn. You think Michael Jordan was like,
yeah, probably.
He was pumping the old Michael Jordan fist there when the child didn't really survive.
Right. Well, she says that he paid...
That would be so wrong.
It would.
But you know he had to think that.
Like when he hit the shot over Craig Elo.
Right!
The one you always see.
And
Jumps
you see him
up.
pumping his fist 3 times in the air.
Oh.
Jeez.
She claims that he did pay
now Michael's
for
is like, do you believe in miracles? Yes! She what? He paid for the hospital
He
bills?
paid for some of her hospital bills and gave her $250,000 that he had already admitted to, paying out for her.
Yes, but now she's like telling all. Doesn't she say some like kind of demeaning things about him? What did she say?
Well, actually, she asked Jordan about his marriage when he got married to Juanita.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
And he said what about his marriage?
It was a business arrangement.
Yes.
And that he also said that he considered Juanita, quote, hired help.
The hired help.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
Yes.
Because his agent and manager, David Falk, advised him to marry her to maintain his favorable public image.
Oh, Falk.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
And
so he had to buy into that? He doesn't want to marry Juanita, but his agent and everyone is telling him, you gotta marry this woman who has your 2 children. You have to make good on that, and then you can get all these endorsements. Well, they were probably right, because maybe he wouldn't be the biggest spokesperson for Nike and all the other places that he does endorsements for if he didn't follow their advice. It's a good move, Michael.
Becoming the most famous athlete ever has worked out good for him.
Right.
She also claims that he never wore protection. Never.
Love to raw dog?
Yeah.
That's where me and Mike have a common thread. So he never wore protection, and to our knowledge, she is the only one who bore his child, unless he's got, and maybe he does. I'm sure it's a very good possibility. There are others running around that he's paid off, that haven't stepped forward for fear of their lives.
Right. And he did urge her to have an abortion, but that's when she refused. And
she refused.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Facial. Denied.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool to have Jordan's love child, though, I would think.
Wow.
God. I don't think so. Let's not go through all this. That's something.
You wouldn't have loved to have the Jordan love child back in '91, Terry. Don't lie. Why are you lying all the time this morning?
I don't. What?
I would put my legs in stirrups.
I'm sure you would.
And just push out the Michael Jordan love child.
I think that I mean, look what she's going through now. I don't think that.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. She's on the cusp of getting $5 million.
Right.
Well,
so dramatic.
She's run out of hush money.
She says she's gone through some mental pain and anguish arising from the.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
What do you think she's going to say? No, I just want $5 million for the hell of it. Really doesn't make a good case, does it?
Wouldn't you be kind of...
Wait a minute.
Yes, too.
Refresh again.
All right.
How many votes separate them?
I have to refresh.
Hmm?
I actually switched to a different thing because I was looking for Carla.
Nobody
Nafel.
cares.
See if I can find more pictures.
Right.
It's going to take me a second.
Okay. Carla Nafel?
Carla Nafel.
How do you spell that? Are you spelling it right?
Yes, yes, I
K-N-A-F-E-L.
Huh?
Carla's with a K.
Oh, the normal spelling.
Carla's with a K, too.
Right.
By the way.
All right.
How are you of your Juanita feeling? I mean, you're reading all this and the business arrangement, hired help.
Just like some of the biggest women in our country, Hillary Clinton, for example. It is nothing more than a business arrangement. You don't think Hillary Clinton is the quintessential business arrangement marriage?
Yeah.
Oprah?
Oprah. But they're not even married.
No.
It's a business
that's a business arrangement.
Yeah.
It's a one business.
The T-Man.
Where do they teach you to talk like this? In some Panama City sailor want a hump bar? Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
This weekend for...
You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live in no time. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
All right, should we say that if it gets inside of 25 votes, we have a lightning poll to determine the Bitchler?
I think we take a lightning poll to see if we have a lightning poll.
Okay.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Let's take a lightning poll, yes, to determine how many votes we have to get to have a lightning poll.
Okay.
All right, 1-866.
Just so we can have a lightning poll.
663 T-Man. Just to hear Poop Boy's name, yes, it's all the fun.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
Yeah, how many votes we need for a lightning poll?
I don't know, 15 or 20.
All right, cool. Just always want to be a part of one of these things.
So this is a lightning poll to have a lightning poll.
How many votes?
Dude, none. Do it now.
Should we just do it now? Just end this? Maybe just end the madness right now. Obviously, it's very close.
Yes.
Maybe Star and Constance will both agree to a lightning poll right now. Get them both on the line.
If you can get them to agree right now, then fine.
It's very close. Honestly, if we go another hour, Constance should know that Star's gaining momentum, and it could swing, and Star should know she is losing, so maybe they just both agree to a lightning poll right now. That's that.
I think Star has a good chance of picking up the Midwest states, so that's, The trend is.
That vote hasn't been tallied yet, Stephen?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go to correspondent Stephen Kilbreth, who's standing outside the courthouse right now.
Star's mom's big in Idaho.
Are they on the line?
Oh, goodness.
Get them on the line! I'm not too demanding, am I?
Oh,
Where are they already? Get them to agree. I will get them to agree right now. Let's call off this voting. It's not getting anywhere. People can't decide online. 5,000 some odd votes later.
Right.
No one is really taking an advantage here. Let's just do a lightning poll.
Fine.
And I honestly have been convinced that it's not, and you can't vote twice. But there has to be some way, and I don't think they're technically adept, either one of these two, that they're finding a way to reboot their computers and find some little systematic way to be able to vote twice. I don't think they're running from Kinko's to Kinko's either. And the fact that we went to our stats of, we had our internet guy go to the stats of who's jumping on the website, and there's been over 5,000 unique users.
Right.
And a unique user is, I guess, a different computer. I don't know what that means, but... that satisfied him.
People that are a little strange, peculiar. People that are using it, that's what it means.
Yes. Peculiar users.
Yeah. A lot like our internet guy.
Who do we got?
Oh, goodness.
But we appreciate your online votes, too.
Yes, we do.
We can't get in touch. I know it's been passed to me. We can't get in touch with Constance right now.
Why not?
I'll assume she would be good with the lightning poll.
Oh, that's just because you want to do it now.
Unless she calls in right now.
Ah.
I don't care if she's at work. I don't care if there's business she has to do. This takes precedent over everything.
I'm sure she's for it if she wins.
Yeah.
If you're involved in a big race like this, you got to be accessible. It's her fault.
Yes.
So it's between Constance and Star, huh?
There's
Alrighty. I'm just getting my little tally sheet ready. That's
yes.
all.
And your tally sheet is always very accurate.
Yeah, not really.
But... you're getting it ready, Terry. Yeah. With one vote cast, what's the score, Terry? Oh, I lost count.
Dumpy, I think he's leading.
I don't know what the hell to do here. Is they just do a lightning poll or not? Do I need their consent? They've come this far.
It's your game.
They're bitchlers. They've been complaining already enough. Do I need them really to be bitching at me for the next 2 months that they got robbed?
Either way, it's going to happen.
It's your game.
If I decide to just allow 1 hour's more of voting, and whoever's winning after that hour, they won't argue with that, I don't think. But if I just do a spur-of-the-moment lightning poll right now, the loser is going to be... like the biggest thorn in all of our sides for the next, or at least mine, for the next month. I don't need that. So get him on the line! You're what?
I'm trying. I just spoke to...
Stop whining!
Whining?
Oh, you spoke to who?
I spoke to... She's taking care of her father these days. I spoke to her father. She left for work. Her cell phone's not working. She's currently in transit, is what we would call it.
Who is this now?
Yeah.
Constance.
I see.
I
can't be reached.
I haven't called Star yet because I was trying to reach
Constance. Call
Constance.
Star.
Okay.
Right now.
This is a phone. This could be her.
Uh-oh.
Huh? Pick it up and find out.
Hold on. Star is on...
okay. Star.
Hi, I can't talk for very long because I'm at work, but okay.
It's very close.
Oh, no, I have a call. Can you hold on?
Yeah!
Thanks.
That's a yes. Star's voted yes. He wants a lightning pole.
I'm sure the candy store will be fine.
Who do you think the lightning pole favors?
I don't know. I don't even know what to do here anymore. Hotshot wants a stupid lightning poles.
Yes, he does.
We should let the listeners decide whether we do a lightning pole.
The listeners... Oh, yeah.
Star?
Thanks.
Star?
Hi.
Should we do a lightning pole to decide this thing or what? Are you good with that?
Go ahead. I hope the votes are with me.
Huh? Oh, she's sounding all cutesy and sweet nowadays before a lightning pole.
The only chance to win.
So you're giving off the endorsement for a lightning pole?
Yeah.
You're signing off to it, and if you lose, you won't bitch.
Oh, I
Bitchler.
will.
Yeah, she will.
All right, but you're saying that whoever wins in the lightning pole will be the bitchler, and that you're cool with that, right?
I guess since I'm losing already.
But you're gaining momentum.
Yeah,
You've
you are.
closed the gap big time. You're only down about a handful of votes.
Okay, let it go for another hour, and if I'm still down, then doodling.
See?
It's a bitch move right there.
It is very bitch-like.
Please.
I'm just doing another hour. No lightning pole.
Okay.
That's it. You got Constance?
Oh.
All right, hang on. Look,
You want to see what happens?
Star basically said we could do the lightning pole, right?
Yes, she did.
So leave it in our hands.
Yes.
Where's Constance? Oh, jeez. He's got a number now to call her on.
No, I thought she was there.
She's there now? Constance.
Yes.
You're winning.
I know.
There is less than an hour left in the voting, but you are having the gap on you closed. That sounds kind of scary. Would you like us right now to just put the end to all this mystery and have a lightning poll on the air by listener calls to determine who the Bitchler is going to be? Yes or no?
You know what? I'm going to have to say, let me think about that for a second, because I was thinking.
All right, here's some time.
She's not even 21.
Yes.
Where will people take her on dates?
Don't worry about that. We'll worry about that.
Answer the question.
Just answer the question as to whether we should do a lightning poll or continue on with the voting as it is being done.
I don't know. You do whatever it is that you think.
And you'll be cool with our decision.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. She's got faith in the listeners.
Yeah, she does.
The
I
percentages
do
are
have faith in
tied
the
now.
listeners.
All right, there you go. Both ladies have at least given us the endorsement to let us decide, and that's the way it's going to happen. Now,
The T-Man.
I mean, not many girls in contemporary American society today would give their underwear to help a geek like me.
It's time.
You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live in no time. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
The Milkler. Starring The Milkler.
yeah,
Remember,
let's have a lightning poll for the Bitchler.
remember when life was so simple?
No need for controversy, no need for debate.
Yeah.
It was clear who the Milkler was. He came in here
Very good.
and shot whitish-type fluids
Yeah.
out of his nipple area. Ah, the simple days. But, of course, here we stand now with a real tough situation at hand. Who is going to be the Bachelor? The Bitchler, after all these days of the preliminaries, meeting these ladies, then narrowing it down to a final four, you'd think we'd get to some clear-cut decision.
Right.
Unbelievable! But if a lightning poll must happen to end this, maybe it's the fitting conclusion. And I'll say this, that given the recent momentum, and that's all lightning poll is, it's all psychology, it's all about who has the momentum at that given second, and right now, it is my prediction that the winner of this lightning poll and your year 2002 Bitchler will be Star.
The fearless forecaster.
He's here?
Even though Constance came in on that first morning that we met Bitchler candidates and did an unbelievable job.
Mm-hmm.
She may deserve it more, but Star has become, I don't know if you call her a fan favorite or what, but just pretty prominent, I guess.
Yeah.
Before the process of voting begins, let's have Jimmy Fred Weeman remind us by reading their bios as to who each candidate is.
Bitchler number 1 is Constance. She's 23 years old and 5 feet 9 inches tall. She told T-Man she knows what she wants and doesn't want to waste time playing games. She makes her own money, but doesn't want a guy who can't figure out how to make his. Her friends have told her she's bipolar, but she just calls it being real. But keep in mind, guys, if you don't call her back when you're supposed to, you're out.
Out!
That's Bitchler number 1, Constance.
And now, Bitchler number 2 is
Star. She's 20 years old, 5 feet 3 inches tall.
Is he a 5'9" or 5'3"?
5'3".
Yes, but I'm comparing the tail of the tape here.
Right.
She has no friends but her mom because of her nasty attitude. Has had sex with some high-profile men, i.e. Seattle Mariners, Microsoft executives, and radio personalities, not us.
Right.
Earned her way into the finals by playing sex over glass with Star's mom.
And
That's
keep in
Bitchler
mind,
number 2.
You get Bitchler
Star.
number 2, you get a package deal, because you know Star's mom is coming down on that morning where she meets all the guys. That's like 2 Bitchlers for the price of 1.
Yeah, that's very true.
Everybody at Microsoft looking around. It wasn't me, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. You vote for either Star or you vote for Constance, and it's a race to 20. Whoever gets more votes wins.
T-Man?
That's simple.
T-Man, I just refreshed the voting here, and before you go to the voting,
yes,
there's been an influx of votes for Constance, and she's now up 73 votes.
Really?
Wow.
And Star's out there going, how could that be? I'm rebooting my computer every 2 seconds.
I got rid of all the cookies.
Now she's got speed dial on her phone.
Kid, I just gotten through the lightning poll and crowned a winner. Now he has to hit me with 73 votes.
I've been refreshing nonstop.
All right, no lightning poll. Sorry, guys. How do I do that, Terry? How do I do that? Now is actually a legitimate buffer between Constance and Star. Now it would be kind of giving Constance the shaft if she were to lose in this lightning poll. I love these little references.
Steven knows what it sounds like.
When she's winning, not handily, but a little bit comfortably now, through the internet votes. And we said at the beginning it was going to be internet votes to decide this. So, we're going to go with the first idea then.
All right.
They have a half hour left to vote.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have a half hour left to vote. There will be no lightning poll. Stop with the phone lines.
Oh, jeez.
Do a lightning poll for second place.
You know what? Amber's the winner. That's it.
Just like that.
Right.
Yeah, let's just make her out of nowhere.
That's that.
The fearless forecaster.
Half hour of voting left online. Go to town, knock your socks off, pick the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, no lightning poll.
Jeez. Sorry, Hotshot.
I was looking forward to the Terry's a bitch.
Right.
The only reason I wanted the poll. Terry wins.
Terry.
Yes.
Back to your pile of stuff. What do you have there? Print me out some of the past 24-hour emails that we've gotten from guys wanting to meet the Bitchler, whoever she may be, Constance or Star. Or this gives Amber and Megan an opportunity to get thousands of votes through the system to sneak up and win this thing.
There you go.
Yes, Terry.
This is from the Associated Press. It happened in Massachusetts. A man has pled guilty to drugging and raping his young daughter's friends during a sleepover.
Oh, was that me? Right.
He's facing 25 to 30 years in prison.
Right.
6 girls aged 10 to 14.
10 to 14. Wow.
He used,
how did he get caught?
Well, he videotaped the sexual assaults.
Man, if you have the just unbelievable warped mind, well, I guess that's the point. You have a warped mind to be seducing and, I guess, raping. He was doing it against their will by drugging them?
Yeah.
You're going to do all that. You're going to be warped enough to want to tape it and then beat off to it later.
I guess so. He used alcohol and over-the-counter sleep medication.
Yes.
So,
so he would, want his daughter to have sleepovers. I hate these girls. Why do you make them come over? Why do you make me have to have them come over? Yeah. You need friends.
Yeah. It's good to be social.
Unbelievable.
If he had a daughter.
His daughter's the one who discovered the tapes, by the way.
See, these rapists need counsel before they get in trouble, not after. To let them know, don't videotape this stuff. Yeah. He videotaped it, and that's how he got caught.
Yeah, because his daughter found the tapes in her father's closets, and she's the one who turned him over to police.
Dear team, and I have the perfect bachelor for your Bitchler. His name is Kalo. Yeah. He's a very good friend of my husband.
Yeah.
Why do I get the sense she wants him out of their lives?
Right.
And in fact, we call him a third wheel. In fact, deep inside, I know this is just the kind of girl he's looking for, someone who could boss him around and be really hot when he takes her around. He likes hard-headed women. Physically, he's 26, 5 foot. He's a good businessman. He owns his own design company.
Oh, cool.
Loves to play sports, and is the life of the party.
I'm sure
well,
he is.
why didn't you marry him?
Right.
He is the third wheel, though.
Dear team, and I deal with bitches on the day-to-day basis. Why not let me in your... I have body dimples. That's very enticing. What the hell is a body dimple?
I don't know.
Is that good? Do you want body dimples?
I don't know.
Right in the back of the thighs.
Oh,
That's
nice.
a check, not good.
Hey, team, and I want to nominate my friend Josh. He has a knack for accidentally getting into relationships with bitchy women anyway. His last serious girlfriend didn't tell him she was on Prozac. I think if he knows what he's getting into ahead of time, he'll enjoy this fate in a positive way.
Oh, wow.
He's a good-looking guy, nice body, nice sense of humor, soft-spoken, sweetheart kind of a guy, but knows what he thinks and how he feels. I think he could be the guy to provide the right balance between giving in and standing up for himself that bitchlers are looking for in a guy.
Oh, sounds like a great candidate.
My name is Kim. But I have body dimples.
Oh, no.
We know you do.
Stop.
Hey, David, I want to nominate my friend Ryan to meet the Bitchler. This guy could tame any chick. And I'm not kidding. He dates women of all ages. Come one, come all. God. He's very good looking. Most of the women he dates become instantly dick whipped. So this guy must be doing something aright. He needs a really strong woman in his life because he himself is strong, opinionated, and stubborn. But deep down inside, he's really a sweet, fun guy. He's 22, 6 feet tall, blue eyes, blonde hair, loves to party and have fun.
Oh, good.
We like the guys who love to party, but just be miserable.
Yeah, right. These don't go hand in hand, right?
He listens to you every day. It would absolutely kill me if he knew I was sending this to you. I thought of him hurting as far as not having a girlfriend. Jenny Valdez. Dear T-Man, stop your search. My friend Sven.
What?
Oh, man.
S-V-I-E-N.
Sven.
Sven.
Sven?
Sven is the guy for the Bitchler.
Oh.
See, these Bitchlers want it more than ever before now.
Yeah.
You know, Star and Constance are dying to be the Bitchler now that they know they could be in front of a guy named Sven. All your life, you could go club to club, single bar to single bar, single little Great Expectations type setup kind of joint to another, and you may not run into a guy named Sven.
Right, but now you can.
He's single, doesn't want to have kids, makes great money, funny, snappy dresser.
Snappy dresser?
He's not just a good dresser, Terry.
No.
He snaps!
What is a snappy dresser, anyway?
And he loves to have sex, and the weird kind, too.
How would this person know?
Obviously, this woman has had a sexual past with this Sven.
Weird Sven sex.
He's willing to do just about anything you ask of him. But he'll give your Bitchler a definite run for her money. Sven's phone number is...
Let's call Sven.
Want to call Sven?
I want to call Sven.
Was an oatmeal burp. I have the perfect bachelor for your... All right, we did that one.
Mike's covered with stuff now.
A lot of them here, Terry.
I know.
Update.
Hold on one second, please, sir.
Someone's talking to him.
Update.
I'm refreshing as we speak, T.
Update.
I'm refreshing as we speak,
Don't
T.
raise your voice.
I apologize.
It would be a horrible move on your part. Update.
I'm refreshing as... Okay. Constance is winning by 55 votes.
Wow.
Wow.
Keep chipping away at her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a coming.
Star was like, Sven?
It's a good little race we got going
We were
here.
this close to a lightning play,
I
Terry.
know we were.
Now I don't know what the hell to do. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
What can we do for you? You're on the air.
Hi, I had a quick question.
Yes.
I've been seeing this guy for a while, and we started talking about relationships and past relationships.
Was he named Sven?
No, not Sven.
Yeah, right?
The question that I had was, how come if a woman sleeps with several men, she's considered a whore or a slut? But then when we start talking about how many men that
Seems to become like it's become a timeless question, Terry. Yes, you've never heard this one before, right? And finally, this woman is filled with frustration over something that's been plaguing women for years.
But he slept with 150 women.
Right.
And he's considered a stud. His friends think he's great.
And how many men have you slept with? And how many women?
I slept with 6 men, no women.
No women?
No.
Call us back when you have some women.
Stop now.
Otherwise, I can't answer this question.
You can't be a stud till you have
All
women.
right? Either a man or a woman named Sven. Look for her. 1-866-663-T-Man. There's no other way to pronounce that, right? S-V. How is it again?
S-V-I-E-N?
S-V-I-E-N, yes.
Sven.
Could be Sven.
I know.
Sven.
Sven.
Imagine Star's mom trying to pronounce Sven. Oh, jeez. What your name? You're on the air.
Well, I think the answer to that girl's question is that any decent girl could get laid very easily.
Right, so it's no conquest.
Yeah, it's no
Good point.
conquest.
There you go. Now we can put an end to that old debate, huh? What do you say? No more questions about that? Good.
The T-Man.
I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live in no time. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
He's a gay phone operator. He's so gay. He's so phone operator. And now, here's Gay. A good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Gay.
How you doing?
Yes, Gay.
I'm getting tired of deleting my cookies. When are you going to just turn the poll off?
Oh, jeez. Gay, from the looks of you, you haven't deleted your cookies in years. That's what you've been doing? You've been cheating?
I've not been cheating. I've been voting for who I want.
How do you go about deleting your cookies? I wouldn't even know. How long a process does it take to go to somebody's cookie area and delete them?
It's quick.
You can do it quick?
Yeah.
Look at him. He can delete cookies in minutes. A whole plate.
Yeah. Why would you be cheating? Why wouldn't you want this to be a fair process? And who are you voting for, by the way, and why?
I'm voting for Constance.
Why?
Because she's the ultimate Uber bitch.
I don't even know what Uber means. What does it mean by Uber?
She's the ultimate.
Let me tell you, Sven has nothing on you. And because of that, I think amongst the 15, 20 guys that we have down here for the Bitchler morning, Gay has to be dressed up in a tux.
A tux?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't.
Imagine Gay in a tux. So you've been voting for Constance time and time again.
Yeah. As we speak, I continually am. I'm enjoying it.
Fred Wayman!
Yes, T.
What's the updated count? You have like 10 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, if that.
Hold on, I'm doing another vote.
Go ahead.
I'm fascinated by this, T. I've been watching this, and every time I refresh, 50 new votes come in.
How often are you refreshing?
Every 10, as quickly as I can. The minute it sets in, I hit refresh again.
Very exciting day for you, huh?
It is. Like watching the presidential election.
Right. So every couple of seconds you're refreshing, and there are a lot of votes coming in right now. We're probably over, what? Like, how many votes have come in?
Almost 7,200.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Half hour ago, we were at just over 5,000 or something like that, Terry. So they're really starting to fly in big time, and Gay's not deleting his cookies that quick.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
And what's happening?
I have Constance up by 39 votes.
So even with Gay deleting his cookies and voting for Constance, the gap again is being closed right now by Star. Does she have one final run left in her, ladies and gentlemen?
Ooh, it's...
Do you want to tell the person on line 11 that you've been deleting your cookies and cheating the process to vote against her daughter?
Oh. I wouldn't have minded talking to Star, but I like Star's mom.
Good morning, Star's mom.
Good morning. Thanks a lot, Gay.
That doesn't seem too fair.
Your daughter was mean to me, Star's mom.
Yeah.
She was. That's all. That's what it has to do with. And I like Constance.
I thought I counted as family members, but I guess not.
Oh, like that's ever been able to be.
She
depended
thought
on.
she could count on fellow dysfunctional family members to vote for her daughter, but she now realizes that there is no loyalty in the dysfunctional family, Gay.
Has there ever been?
With everybody else.
Not since
No,
you
there
stepped
hasn't. I've been
aboard.
attacked many times by family members.
Oh, by the way, I just make it correctly answer to my daughter is 20, by a couple of months she's 21.
She'll be 21 in a couple of months, yes.
Yes, and then
That'll make your quality.
is it that quality? Is it good? Is it have a baby? And in that attitude, I don't think so.
Oh, she's still getting her last digs at Constance. She still is
No,
not...
she's just jumping started my daughter.
She's still knocking Constance, saying how could she be quality if she's got a daughter or she's a single mom, which in turn, in effect, knocks Terry free in the process.
Yes, it does. Because, hey,
because she's married with have a baby, not her.
Terry Free has been a single woman for the past 18 years and was a single mom for the past at least 11. And
But
you're
she was married. She was married.
She was married, but none of her kids are by that dude.
She wasn't married. She wasn't married to have a kid.
Whatever. Just because you don't want to knock Terry, don't try to back out of it now.
Why wouldn't you want to knock
baseball
Terry?
players has Constance back?
All right, Star's mom got her final knock on Constance.
Yes, she did.
The voting has about 5 minutes left. Ladies and gentlemen, mark it right now on your digital clocks. 5 minutes and counting. Tonight, a Bitchler. Good morning, Broke.
Hello.
Hi, bro.
Hi.
How are you, fellow dysfunctional family member,
Yes.
Broke Paula?
I'm fine.
And who are you voting for?
A star, of course.
Because you're loyal to a fellow dysfunctional family member?
Yes, and because Christopher doesn't even like the music accused, so what the hell is he even doing voting?
Mhm.
I am not happy with that person.
All right, hang on. Let me get it back on the line.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, goody.
Is she the brokler?
I've become the Bitchler, Scott.
Uh-oh.
Good morning, crazy psycho bitch.
You know, it's a good thing that we don't live around each other.
Oh.
That is good.
Yes.
A low neighborhood threat, a blow.
I'm a grandmother, and I've raised 4 wonderful children, and you're an idiot.
Oh.
You told me you didn't even like the music at Cube, so what's your thing? Is
I've always said that.
Self-promotion, idiot?
I've always said that.
You're an idiot.
Well,
How many
I
of
was-
your kids are banging their heads against the wall after being raised by you?
Oh.
Paula's out of medication, something tells me.
I will say this, Broke Paul. A lot
I'm
of
on
people
my
listen to this
medication.
show in the morning that then go on to country stations, believe it or not, and all kinds of whacked out stations. So I don't know who's listening anymore.
Well,
Yeah, I'm loyal to the show. I like the show. Doesn't mean I have to be loyal to crazy psycho bitches like you.
Like the rest of the people who work here?
Respect your elders because you don't know what attitude I can get.
You know what? Just because you're old doesn't mean you're worth anything.
Oh, a low lack of value blow!
You know, Christopher, you're going to go to hell and you're going to be welcomed.
I'm there now.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food. You ever want
You're listening to the Best of T-Man. The T-Man will be back on live soon. Now more of the Best of T-Man.
Yeah, what's the countdown for the digital clock?
We're at 2:05.
2:05 and an update?
22 votes.
Wow.
Separating the two of
This
them.
could come down to one vote.
Neck and neck.
It's tight.
Are you coming tonight?
I will tell you this right now. At the in-studio Christmas party gay phone operator, if you tongue kiss Broke Paula, you get 3 months free rent.
3 months free rent.
3 months free rent.
Don't tell me he couldn't use it.
Yeah.
3 months?
You tongue kiss her passionately.
Come on now.
To the point where every guess counts to 25.
Ooh. We'll bring our own timer.
What does Paula get?
Then you each put a finger in each other's butt, and you get 1.5 months free rent.
Well, why'd it go from 3 to 1.5?
Because you sounded so happy about it.
Yeah, what
It
does
was like
Paula
1.5.
And a month of free TiVo service.
Ooh.
For all 7 of them at your house.
I thought it was 9.
Time check.
We are down to 1 minute and 3, 2, 1. 1 minute left.
Vote check.
19.
Oh, my God.
Constance is up by 19 votes with 1 minute left. Time check.
We are now down to 50 seconds.
Vote check.
14.
Whoa.
Time check.
40.
Vote check.
28.
28 votes?
Yes.
Just put a little cushion. Time check.
We are now to 29 seconds.
Vote check.
24.
Uh-oh.
Time check.
Vote
check. Time check.
I can't refresh that quick.
Time check.
We're 20 seconds.
Vote check.
I'm trying.
Time
I'm trying.
check.
We are now down to 15 seconds. 14, 13,
12.
Vote check with 10 seconds left.
10,
Constance still leading?
Constance is up by 18 right now.
5, 4, 3,
All right, this will be the last
2,
time you refresh.
1,
Not yet.
0, -1.
Refresh. This will be the announcement of who the Bitchler is. By a margin of how many votes? Tell me when you're refreshed. He's still refreshing.
second.
He's jammed up there.
Jammed up? Oh, boy.
And the internet is as well, Tay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to indicate to you for the first time, believe it or not, finally, we know who the Bitchler is. But we don't know just yet.
By a margin of 25 votes, your winner and first ever Bitchler is Constance.
All right, now what?
Kay.
Kay, what do you got? You want to get Constance on the line and let her know? Does she know? Is she calling in? What is she doing?
I will call her. She's at work.
Ladies and gentlemen, especially gentlemen, you still have time to nominate yourselves or somebody you know to meet the Bitchler. And for the first time ever, we know who the Bitchler is going to be.
The Bitchler.
It's Constance.
Starring The Bitchler.
Oh, Star's mom is out there screaming her lungs out.
Do we break the news to Star?
I think she already knows.
They're going to go after Gay in a big way.
That's right. He's got a lot of friends at the party to look forward to.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Another month if he tongue kisses Star's mom.
She was the first one in the door.
Oh, pay for that month.
She's on line number 8. She is the Bitchler. Good morning, Constance.
Good morning.
How do you feel?
I feel wonderful, thank you.
You excited about meeting Sven?
Very, very, very excited.
Yes!
Woo-hoo. Congratulations.
And now
Thank you, Terry.
what has to happen starting tomorrow or maybe the day after, I don't know, maybe I need a day off here, Terry. We start meeting the gentlemen who are inquiring about meeting Constance, the Bitchler.
Yes.
And we will narrow down some of the feud. I don't know if we're going to get to meet all these guys. We'll meet a few. We'll give you an idea of what's out there, who's writing in.
Sure.
And then in about, a number of days, Constance, we begin the actual game.
Okay, I'm ready.
Seems like we played a whole game in itself.
I know.
I know.
Just to get the Bitchler.
Exhausted after this.
But you have won by the slightest of margins, Constance. You are the Bitchler.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. Okay.
All right there.
There it is.
All right.
Start booking dudes for tomorrow, I guess. Not many.
Still do a lightning bolt, though.
Yeah, just
The T-Man.
Hey, Fred Weeman, you're fired.